ẹ̀jẹ̀ mi nìyẹn kí n gbọ́ àkọ́bí ewé ayò ewé tún méje ìtún ló ní ọtún ẹ ṣe ìfà ló ní kan fà ẹ mọ́ra àìbínú gbogbo àtàrẹ gbogbo mi.
Hello, good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year to you all. Yeah, we're here this morning to start with our live session as usual. I call it our Sunday sermon. So we're here again to discuss about life issues, generally, what's happening around the world. So the first story we're going to bring to you this morning is about a woman talking that it's when a man cheats, it has nothing to do with you. That's Basket Mount ex-wife that talked about this. So I want to see if one man is able to play this video. Is it possible one man to?
Yes, hello, Dupsy. I'm not sure if it's so much a video, but a read. Oh, it is a video. Okay, let me play it. Yeah.
Hey guys. So most of you who are usually on the internet know that Cardi B just broke up with Offset, and she went on live ranting, obviously very angry. You know, you could tell she was in a lot of pain. Now, some of you will go like, why would he cheat on Cardi B? She's hot, she's sexy, she's rich, she's a superstar. Why would he? So this is to us women, yeah? You need to understand that when a man cheats, 80% of the time, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. So don't you ever beat yourself up again. Yeah? You'll be beautiful. You would know how to make all his favorite dishes. You'll be sexy as hell. You'll be intelligent and smart. And he will still cheat. So it's not you. It's never you. So don't go crying in a room or starving yourself or being sad. Stop all that nonsense. Don't go and blame yourself for something that someone else has decided to do. Don't. But I'm not here to tell you what to do. If at the point you decide what you want to do, make sure your happiness comes first. And like I always say, marry a kind man. Because when you do, if and when he decides to cheat, unfortunately, he knows to consider you in the sense that while he's doing his shit, he'll never let you find out because he knows that it will hurt you. He will never disrespect you. He will never put you in a situation or situations where you are constantly humiliated or embarrassed. So again, to you women, remember that it's not you. In fact, it's always never you. Yeah? I just that share.
Thank you, one man. I was greeting the audience. I didn't know if that one. Maybe they didn't hear. One man, did you hear me when I was saying hello to the audience?
I did hear you, but you can say hello to them again. But no, it's one of. I think before you even started, Mike is already attacking you. You know, Mike.
Attacking me, but the guy is my blood now. What's wrong with this Mike?
He says, Doopsy will always be late for sure. So it's not Doopsy's fault, it's my fault. So
I need to buy money, one man. How can somebody that's my brother be saying that about me?
That is Afon Jamaic.
Well, woman, do you have anything to say to this topic?
Yes, it's somewhat of a mixed bag, really. You know, a man that is going to cheat is going to cheat anyway, and it's just a ridiculous idea that you have to do X, Y, Z to stop your man from cheating. You know, it's a certain mindset that cheats, and that mindset will cheat irrespective of whatever it is that you do. So I think the lady, she may well have a point. Although there are circumstances where you may well have a hand in that man cheating, but I think broadly she may well have a point, because there are, especially with African men, mainly Nigerian men, and especially Yoruba men, they have that predisposition towards philandering, so I don't know, but broadly she's right, but still there are certain type of women that they don't make sufficient enough of an effort, or what do you think, Dupsy? So that is I'm not quite sure whose wife that is. Dupsy is muted, so I think maybe she's interrupted for a moment. That's the wife of
Yeah.
Basket Mouth. I'm not quite sure how Basket Mouth can even land somebody this pretty. I didn't
No,
know
most of
being
them
be-
they have pretty
being a
wives.
clown. I didn't know being a clown paid that much to be able
Most
to
of the
afford.
comedians have pretty wives, one
Yes.
man. Most of them. They've got beautiful wives. I don't even know how they did it. If you see AY's wife, all of them, like that Bovie's wife, they're all pretty women. So they are married to pretty women, most of them. So one man, I agree with her and I agree with you. So it's I can say like 80%, it's not your fault. But sometimes some women too don't make effort at all. Some has to consult their religious leaders to be able to, have anything to do with their husband. Most of the that times, some of those women, they're fasting or they're praying or they're in night vigil, not attending to their children, not attending to their husband. So some of them, yeah, I would say they have hand in that. But most times, I think because of the indiscipline most of these African men have. I'm not saying that the white people don't cheat as well, or people of other, of the other races don't cheat. They do. We are all human. So, but I'm just saying, I'm talking about our own indiscipline. Most of the men are so indisciplined and they believe that they have the right, to be polygamous in nature. So that is why they cheat regardless of your effort as a woman. But I'm not saying so. If you're coming into the studio today, don't come to attack me because I've told you that 80% that she's right. But some women are so lazy in dealing with their husband too. They don't want to make an effort to appear nice, to make sure they attend to their husband's needs. And it's two ways to make women cheat too. But we are just talking about what baskets basket wife ex-wife addressed in this video. So don't come and say, Dupsy, why are you not talking about women that women are cheating? Women cheat. But the topic today is about what she addressed in this video, that if
But,
your
but
man
Dupsy, are
cheats,
you are
yeah,
you asking for too much?
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
modern woman now, she has a job,
yeah,
and then she has two, three kids, four,
yeah,
five sometimes,
yeah,
hanging around her feet,
yeah.
and then she still has to be a wife as well. So are you really asking for too much
No,
to have that level
um,
of
yeah,
expectation?
yes, even if you're working, if you're full time, you have a full time job and you've got like 5 kids, I think there should be some time for affection with your husband as well. I'm not saying you should kill
Where,
yourself
where,
because
where,
it's
where
not
where
easy.
is that window? Where is that window?
What are you talking about, woman? Is it that because you're so busy now, when it's nighttime or when you have the time, even if it's not nighttime, then you have the time with your husband, just like, an hour or 30 minutes? Can't you just get that
Where's
with
the
your
where's
man?
the where's the energy? Where's the energy?
Then you don't have to do anything.
When you
Sleep
when
there,
you
your husband
battled
will
your way
work on
through
you.
about 3 5 kids
Yes,
a
I
day at
agree
work.
totally. People, yeah, and then why should you have 5 kids go? I don't
Yeah,
get it.
no,
Guy.
it's just well there it is, but but the average Nigerian family is 3 point something children, isn't it? Really, especially in the
Yes,
south,
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
and they
But
usually space them 3 years after each other, so they're
yeah,
not that much distant in age.
I agree. The woman can be very tired after attending to her kids and to the house chores. I agree. But we should always, I think it's just something that we should always find time to do. But that doesn't give the men the license to now start cheating. No, you have to help your woman too. You have to make sure she's not that tired. Then you can go for holiday. Sometimes weekends, just go for like so just go somewhere to relax. Let the woman relax too. When a woman is relaxed, she's ready to, you know, to have fun with
Yeah,
you.
but when you go on that holiday, you have the children in tow.
Yes, I agree. They will be in a room. You and your husband will be in another room. Do you understand? Maybe like Airbnb. You guys will be this together in in the same place, but you know, different. But you always find time for it, woman. You should always find time for it. But regardless, even women find time, men still go. That's what she's talking about. That whatever you do, a man will still go out and do whatever he wants to
And
do,
you are
regardless.
insisting that it is baked into the DNA of the African man.
I'm not actually. I don't want my kids to be like that, and I always tell that to them. I think it's about low self-esteem. Seriously, when you are all about the place, what are you looking for? You're
Is
looking
it
for
low
validation.
self-esteem, or is it
Yeah,
low self-esteem,
I
or
believe
is
that
that
is my
is
belief.
that not the way men are baked?
I
Would you
don't
not?
think so. It's about indiscipline. If you have integrity and if you have a high self-esteem, you believe in yourself, why you should be with a woman per time. I always tell my boys that. What are you looking for? What's the satisfaction? If you know you want to be satisfied, then
What
learn
constitutes
how to satisfy a woman.
how do you define cheating? Dopsy.
Yeah,
What constitutes
how I
cheating to
define
you?
cheating is when you do the do. It's not when you look at a woman. Because some people will say when you lust after a woman or when you look at a woman in such, you know, in such a way that you want to have something to do with her, that is cheating. I don't believe in
So,
that.
but if
I
you do
don't.
the do and you are
Yeah,
still committed to your wife, is that
yeah.
cheating?
It is actually.
How so?
Because you have gone out to do something and you said you have gone, maybe you've used a protection while doing that. How about if there's something that happened while having something to do with that lady and you bring it back to your wife in the house? Are you looking at the consequences? One man. So I believe that is
You know,
when
because there's an argument to say that if there's no emotional commitment, it is not cheating.
no.
Have you
If you
heard
do
that?
the do, that's what I think that's what cheating is. Do you understand? If you do the do, why should you go and gum your body with somebody else? I can't imagine my husband being with a woman. I can't. Because sometimes this thing goes it goes a long way with one man. Because we just say he just cheated now, it's just a small, it's not a small thing for some people. It's gonna affect my confidence if I know that my husband has been out with a
Do you
woman.
think the African perception of
Yeah.
cheating is different from the westernized
It is
perception?
not different. We're all
Uh,
human. A jello run through vein, one
no,
man.
no, because we come from a patriarchal, conservative society, which is male dominated, and there are
Yeah.
traditional allowances for men as opposed to women within our structure. So, are you not speaking from a westernized prism to an
I'm
African
not
audience?
because let me tell you the physiology of the body. Because the body and the mind is the same, one man. So if I know that my husband has gone out, it lets my heart skips all the time. It can kill me, actually. I won't lie to you. It will affect me. It will affect the physiology in my body because it's gonna be a stress on my body. And that's gonna affect me. Only cause I for me. People don't understand that because we're all human. They will say, okay, African
You know
men are
that you
like
are
that.
Jebota now. You are not
It's not
having
the but
something to
one man. I am
Jebota something
telling
to.
you, I want kini lo man pan when you're done. We're all human. A Caucasian is not different. We are all wired the same. It's not different from me that I'm a black woman. We are wired the same. It's about the physiology of the body. Woman is going to cause stress on me because I want to satisfy him. I'll be looking at, he wasn't behaving like this. Why did he change? All those things makes my heart to,
You
to
know
skip.
the English call it the 7 year itch. They say that
Woman, they both son.
yeah, no, Kotoman
Seven
Soniana, they
years.
call it the 7 year itch, that in any in 7 years into any relationship there's a particular itch that needs to be scratched. You have Prince Daddy joining you, by the way, Dupsy.
For the first time. Happy New Year, Prince Daddy. Let's hear the Christian perspective. You're welcome, Prince Daddy. You want to hear your contribution. How are you? Good morning to you.
Thank you. I'm driving right now, so kind of listening. I don't know if you guys
Okay,
can hear in the
okay.
background, but if I see the need to contribute, I will. I just joined
That's
right now,
okay.
so yeah,
That's okay. Prince Daddy, thanks for coming.
yeah,
So one
absolutely.
man, yeah, is called the parasympathetic of the body, the fight and flight. Do you understand? So it's gonna affect me. I can't. I will want to always satisfy my man. I don't want him to be with another woman. I'm not wired like that. I want us to be together. So I'm always, proud to say that I've married to this man for the past 23 years. He's been the only one. I want it that way. Do you understand? So how
But
about if I
are
go
you
and
able
do it?
to,
Yeah,
not to cast aspersions or anything,
yeah,
but are you able to, with any, you are saying he's been the only one, but are
yeah.
you able to with any confidence say that he is saying the same thing? That
Yes, that's what I believe. Seriously. People will say, Duke, how can you? Okay, let me believe that for my peace of mind. Do you understand? Let me believe that for my peace of mind. One man, I don't want. I'm not saying I'm a very I'm not that kind of a woman that doesn't know. I'm very aware of the things that happens around me. So if I suspect my man, I will investigate it. Woman, you should know the kind of person I am by now. So I'm not that kind of person that will just close my. I'm a very realistic person. So if I see anything that will make me to suspect him, I will investigate that thing. I've never seen it, and he's always saying there's nothing like that. So let it be like that until such a time that I start suspecting him. Do you understand? So I want it to be, I don't even want it to change sincerely for my own peace of mind. I don't want it. And that doesn't mean that I won't investigate if I see or if I can smell that there's something wrong somewhere. Do you understand? So that is the way it is.
do you think that women should just abstain from wanting to know just for their own peace of mind, just exist in their own cocoon, in their own bubble, and it's sort of like they say, don't ask, don't tell, sort of a thing, just for their
Okay.
mental well-being.
Okay. If I don't think I can get married to a man that goes around with different women. I don't think, because we would have, dated each other, I would have known. So I don't think so. So some people, I think they can. It's not as if they like it, but they can actually, condole it. I don't know how they're doing it sincerely, one man. I don't know. So if you think you know your man already before getting married to him, so maybe you shouldn't be investigating him, or you shouldn't be looking for whatever he's up to, because you know already that he's that kind of a man. Do you understand? So don't bother yourself to start looking around his phone or start investigating him, because I think it's gonna that's what's gonna pie you. Do you understand? Because it's not easy to know. I don't even keep quiet. How will I know that my man is doing such a thing and I will be able to still be smiling and be nice to him? I will talk. We'll fight.
Do
We're going
you
to
think
fight.
it's sufficient enough to break up a relationship? Because of course,
No.
within the Western prism, as soon as a man they walk out of the relationship, etc. But within the African setting, there's somewhat an endurance for it.
Mm. So, like me, I told you we've been married for, it's going to be 24 years this year. So, we've been married for that long. So, I've never seen it before. I've never smelt it before. So, if it happens now, woman, I can't go. I can't go because of that. Definitely. But I'm now talking about a woman that's been saying that from day one. It depends on your mental stability. If you know it's not affecting you like that, mentally or psychologically, maybe you can stay. But if you know that it's going to affect your mental stability, it's better to withdraw from such a man. That is my, it depends on the way it's going to affect you. So don't let us say the way they do it in the Western world is different from the way they're doing it in our own, in Africa. Don't say that, because human beings are the same all over the world. So it depends on how you can take on stress. So don't let's say you should be able to stay. I am going to stay. I'm saying that because I've been having a great time with this guy. So if he do it now, I should be able to condole him. That is what I'm saying. But if your own is from day one, if he's not going to affect you in a very bad way, because those are the kind of things that causes autoimmune disease in women's body later on in life, because of this kind of stress they go through.
Dupsy,
Yeah,
do you think
yeah,
it works? Do you think it works differently from the bracket, from the prism that this woman is speaking from? Because
yeah.
she's a celebrity wife, of course, and her husband is a famous celebrity, whatever it is that he does. And that space, of course, the women in Nigeria now, they're not shy in coming forward. So every show, there's always at least a bunch of women throwing themselves at him. So do you think he's speaking, she rather is speaking from a particular niche, which is that
Yeah,
celebrity wife sort of a thing?
yeah.
And would you say it's a different experience, and not at that level, but from that catchment area?
I agree totally to that, because Basket Mount is a comedian. He's in the social cycle, so he's going to be meeting a lot of women, right? So there's no matter, and most of them get married to beautiful women, but I'm sure most of them must have cheated one time or the other because of the kind of environment they find themselves. So I think, yeah, she's right, that no matter what you do, if the guy wants to go and cheat, he will go, because this is a pretty woman. I don't know her behavior. You can be pretty and your behavior won't be nice, what in your home. But what she said right now, I think is very valid. That no matter what you do, if your husband wants to cheat, he will still go ahead and cheat. So from
Just,
the kind of circle
yeah,
they belong
sorry,
to.
sorry, Dupsy, just off the back
Yeah,
of what you said, do
yeah.
you think pretty women get an easier ride through life, and they
Mm,
don't have to make that much of an effort as your average, because if we do on a scale,
yeah,
if you say the pretty women are, oh yeah, if you say the pretty women are 7 to 10,
yeah,
you got Des joining you as well now. If you say the pretty women are 7 to 10, and
yeah,
the A class women are 7 to 10,
yeah.
and the every other pretty woman is, let's say, 6 to about 5, and then average women 5 to 3 thereabout. So women that
Mm-hmm.
are in that 7 to 10 bracket, they
Mm-hmm.
and let's bracket just for the conversation this woman on the screen there, she doesn't have to make that much of an effort, because everybody looks to please her just by virtue of her being pretty. So would you say that pretty women have an easier ride through life?
Yeah. From my own opinion, it's not just about you being beautiful, like, uh, being pretty outside. I think it takes a lot for a woman to sustain her home, like having easier ride in life. Like me, woman, I can't date somebody that is not intelligent. I'm sorry. So maybe some men will just look at you and talk to you and say that you're very pretty, and they won't want to be with you if you're not, sound up there. So it depends on what men are looking for. There are a lot of pretty women that they don't have, anybody with them. They are pretty, but if they, woman, I get stoned of when a man speaks and you're not even making any sense to me. So I don't know how men looks at it. Maybe like a pretty woman, they want to get down with you.
Just from your
Mm,
perspective,
yeah,
Dupsy,
yeah,
what
yeah,
do you think men are looking for? Do you think men are looking for intelligent women, or do you think they are looking for a pretty woman that is averagely bright, but just follows direction? So what do you think men are looking for? Do you think
yeah.
they're looking for a clever woman, or just a pretty girl that follows instructions?
Yeah, because men are confused. You guys are confused yourself. You don't know what you want. From what I can see, that men, some men are looking for intelligent women. Some men. But they will say they are looking for intelligent women. Oh, do you understand? And a pretty woman. But when the woman is intelligent and pretty, knows what she wants, she has her own critical mind to be able to think things through. Men will say she doesn't listen to instruction. So the most what I can see from my experience in life is that men likes pretty women, dump women, not a smart woman like that. Because if you are a critical thinker, you can think things through. Then your husband tells you, they then say, honey, I don't think it should be like this. Let's go through this route. The man will say, you are not, what did they write in the Bible? You are not obedient. You are not, you can't obey me. She obey me. I don't know that word. That you are not, listening to what I'm telling you. I can't control you. So men are confused themselves. They want it. They want a praying woman, a woman that can pray for 4 hours. They want a slay queen. At the same time, they want you to at least be able to think some things through. At the same time, they want you to be dumb. So men are confused. It's only men that comes into the studio today that will be able to tell us exactly what they want. Because if they want to take you out, they want you to appear great. They want you to look good. When you're in the circle of their friend, they want you to talk intelligently. When you get to the house, they want you to be dumb. They don't want you to argue with them. So I think they're confused set of people. They don't really know what they want.
All right,
So they
Dupsy.
are the ones that can actually say, this is what we want. And if you come in and attack me, I will just send you
I
out.
think Des is
Don't,
actually here to
don't come
tell us
and
what.
attack me. I don't have time. If you give me gas, I'll give you bows. It will turn to bows. So
Uh, uh,
come, let me hear
yeah,
what you want to say.
Dupsy. I think Des is actually here to tell us what men want. So
Okay,
Desmond is back
let's
is
listen.
back from military service to tell us what
Okay,
men want. Desmond.
okay.
Uh, well, man, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can also hear you eating. But Dupsy is the host. So yeah, Dupsy. Yeah, it's Dupsy.
All right,
Yeah, go on.
all right. The question is, what does man want? Um, to be honest, women we're actually confused as a, as a species. Um, I'll probably say for me, or for people like me, the average intelligent man most likely would want, in an ideal world, they would want the both, like a smart lady and a beautiful lady. But most of the time, you don't really get both. You just have to choose. So me personally, I just want a pretty lady. I mean, pretty, not too intelligent. Just thereabout. Not like you're dumb or anything you get, but you're just there. Um, Not because I want to control you, just because me, I just like seeing my girl pretty, basically. Um, and most men will tell you the same thing. They just want a pretty girl, that will look pretty for him.
Des, let me ask you this: would you be comfortable with a girl that is smarter than you?
Um, Shit, not really, because I've been there. I
And,
mean,
and
I've
would
been
you say
there.
that would you say that women are comfortable with men that are smarter than them?
I would say yes. Some women are okay with it because, I mean, we supposed to be dominant, you know. So some women like when the man is like more intelligent, more dominant in every way, so they feel okay about it. But us as men, we're not okay with it. Like, you have a girl that's always telling you, correcting you in shit, you feel less of a man. So I don't think men like a girl that is more intelligent because of that fact. Because I've been there, I did it, a doctor, she's always like, this now. I'm like, man, fuck that. But sorry for my word though. Um, So men in general, just like a pretty girl and a decent or average intelligent girl. You know, you don't gotta be too smart. And if you're a girl out there and you're smart, try to hide it from your man. Like, just hide that shit. Sorry for my word again. Hide that.
Men don't really want smart women, do they? Is that
No,
that's what you're saying?
we don't. We don't really want smart women. I mean, you can be smart, but just hide it. Hide it. That's what I'm saying. Don't try to. Don't try to appear smarter than your man. That shit. That stuff is degrading. That's what I would say.
And the topic really there was about cheating, and this is the lady you are seeing on the screen. That's the wife of Basket Mouth. It says when a man cheats, it is nothing to do with you. So that's where we started, and then in the conversation with Dupsy, we were going back and forth, and we were sort of we were somewhat discussing if it's baked into the black man's DNA to cheat. And then we were also discussing that what constitutes cheating if you are not emotionally committed outside of your marriage, and it's just a physical function. Is that really cheating?
Um, I mean, you can cheat. I don't know what man cheating. Even if you're texting a girl romantically, you're technically cheating. Um, but like you said, I mean, for me, I think cheating it's basically when it's physical. I mean, if you're texting a lady romantically, I don't know what that. I don't know. For me, I wouldn't call it cheating, but it is cheating. But African men, I would say we're DNA. We're prone to cheat. It is what it is. Um, because I've met white people and they talk about being with their girl. You know, they have only one girlfriend. They don't have this mindset. I've talked to them a lot, and when you listen to them, they're mostly talking about being with one girlfriend and they don't have any other girlfriend. And you listen to a black, whatever, Nigerian, black American, whatever. If you hear them, you see that they're prone to having multiple girlfriends. It is, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the mentality or whatever, but it's a black DNA. And I don't know, we can't change it. We just gotta, we just gotta live through it and try to be better, I would say. Um, if you're black out there listening to me, I mean, try and be better for your girlfriend. It's not right to cheat. Um, I don't know, one man. Like, I don't know what to say, basically.
All right, let me take you to this one. I'm not sure. I think Dupsy may be needing a moment. Let me take you to this
No, I'm
one.
here, woman.
All right.
Doopsy, I hope you concur with what I'm saying. Like, you
Yes,
get what
I
I'm
agree with
saying,
you,
right?
Des. Yes,
Yeah,
I do. I do agree with you. And I love the way this is just straightforward about it. That's men. Mr. Gomez gave me the word. Men love the women to be submissive. That was the word I was looking for.
yes,
So, no, Des didn't come into the studio to say, no, I want intelligent and a smart woman. He wants a woman that will be able to be submissive to him, not too smart. So I just
yes.
love men to talk, like that, so that we'll be able to get what they're looking for. Because some men now will come to the studio, they won't be able to tell us straightforward the way Des put it. So I appreciate that contribution, Des. So we can move ahead, woman. Yeah.
But this is part of the woke generation now. But
Yeah.
Dupsy, shall we go on to this one? Lady jubilates as her
How about
husband.
Prince Daddy? Is he not ready to contribute to this? Because I want to hear his perspective on this.
Yeah, let's go to Prince Daddy for a bit. One
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
Hello, yeah. One might you said something earlier that African women they have endurance for such for such relationships, right? Which I'm not sure if that's the right word, because I think what you're talking about, African women. were constrained by culture and maybe financial, wherewithal. But in today, African women or Nigerian women, they have a voice. They disagree, and they too they desire the the ideal westernized kind of a relationship. If you cheat on them or whatever, they are more likely to want to walk away from a relationship. So that's one thing. And on the issue or the statement about pretty women having um, easier in life, I don't think that is true actually. Well, sure, the perception of it, the idea that pretty women have easier life is correct by perception, but in reality, is not. In fact, if you ask me, I think they probably suffer more internally, especially those of them with low self-esteem in navigating life because they always have to try to meet one standard or another. So they have a big challenge, the so-called pretty women, because self-esteem is not something that comes that easily. It's internal. If you don't have it, or if you don't have a way to cultivate it, you may have a hard life.
That's very correct, Prince Daddy. Yeah, that's very correct. It's not just about your face, it's about what you can actually contribute. I don't think pretty women with nothing up there have it easy in life. Even if you're doing like you're using your body to make money, I think you have to be strategic about it. I always say that you have to be strategic about it. You have to be able to think it through and know what you want to do. Not just you just dump your body on every man that you see. You might not even have that money you're looking for as a pretty girl. So you just have to have something up there. It's not that because you're a pretty girl, you have it easy in life. I don't believe that. You just have to be very calculative and, you know, be able to think things through before you embark on it. So I believe that what Prince Daddy, but I appreciate Des too for saying that men love the women to be submissive. And people, let's stop talking that this is a westernized thing. No, it's when human beings brain develop to a certain stage through research that you will know that this thing is not good for a human being like me to just be doing anyhow to my spouse to bring that time they said your man will bring a man into the matrimony, a woman into the matrimonial home and sleep with a woman in front of their wives. Do you understand? It's not good for human physiology. It's not good for your body. So people researched into that. They see that you have to treat a fellow human being appropriately so that they are they'll be mentally stable. That is why people, now behave well. It's not about anything Western. Yeah, it is Western because they got there first. They know how to treat their fellow human being. That is why a lot of people are following suit. It's nothing to do with their behavior. It's about how you treat your fellow human being. You have to be human. So you treat somebody right so they can have a stable mental, their mental status will be stable. That is why people are doing that. You respect people. Don't treat people like a trash. It's going to affect them. It's going to affect the children they're raising in your home. So that is why. So don't let us say Dupsy is Western. I'm not Western, I'm human. That's why I talk like that. These Western people we're talking about too, they got to that stage. They're human. They become a human being to treat people. So the Christian will say, love your neighbor as yourself. That thing is not for Christian. It's for humanity. It's for human being so that we grow properly. People will be more stable. They will be more sane in the society, in the community. That is why that thing, love your neighbor as yourself so that you treat people rightly. So it's nothing to do with the Western world. It's about human being. Treat your fellow human being rightly. Don't just say because you're an African man, I can start texting a girl at 2 a.m. beside my wife. How do you want that woman to cope with that? So let us be human. Let's treat each other rightly so that everybody will be sane. Am I hearing your kokon weary now? So let's move ahead. One man. Let's go
Oh,
to
oh,
the next topic here.
all right, brilliant. This is an interesting one. This is a flip of a coin, sort of a narrative. You are either for or against. Lady jubilates as her husband gets her pregnant 2 months after giving birth. After giving birth, flaunt baby bump. Um, a new video of a Nigerian woman with a large baby bump has sparked a lot of discussion online. In the clip, the lady who recently gave birth to a child 2 months ago was seen jubilating as she expects another child. In the video, the woman is seen holding her 2-month-old baby and displaying her baby bump. She's showing dancing so hard to demonstrate her excitement at the prospect of expecting a new child soon, despite the fact that she welcomed a child 2 months ago. Captioning the video, the lady said, "My husband don't knock me another belly with my 2-month-old baby." So, is this good news, or is this a consequence of a lack of literacy and understanding? How are you digesting this, Dupsy?
Yeah, it's just um she doesn't have the knowledge regarding that. That's why she's doing that. And sometimes most of this Gen Z, Kolon Dari Jimmy, they don't even look normal to me. And please, people, don't come and start giving me basso because of that. They don't look normal. Most of them are on one substance or the other. So the way the girl, it doesn't look healthy to me in the first place. She doesn't. And it's good to always educate yourself regarding what you want to go into. It's very important, woman, for you to be breastfeeding or have a 2-month-old baby and you're pregnant. So you should know the consequences regarding that to your body and to the baby. So your body is still under the stress because a lot of people even lack the knowledge to know that pregnancy is a lot of stress to a woman's body. They don't even know. So that stress that your body has undergone, your body is trying to recuperate from that, and you're subjecting that body again to that stress. So now later, this somebody like this girl, God forbid, is going to develop one disease or the other, and they will say they don't understand. They've been keeping healthy. No, sister, you are not healthy. You're not. You're not. You don't love your body. So people should learn how to love their body. You should educate yourself. You should gain a lot of knowledge regarding that. It is not good for that body to undergo such a stress again immediately after that. It's going to damage the body. So that is why they advise people to always pace it. It's just because of that body that is going to carry that stress again to be able to be relieved of that stress that he has just passed through. I mean, I don't understand English
So,
like woman. It's
what is the
only
ideal interval?
yeah. They usually say 1 or 2 years because it's just for the body to gain that strength back. Do you understand? It's just like the way people say in the African culture, if a woman has a baby, you are not supposed to stand up from your bed or do anything in the house for the next 40 days. It's just about the body to recuperate for you to be able to be, stabilized. So the gynecologists usually advise 1 to 2 years for that body to regain the strength back. Do you understand? Because if you're stressing that body so much, it's gonna, get one disease or the other after some time. Because it's human flesh, it's human body, right? So you have to let it regain the strength back. So this girl now is flaunting it. She doesn't understand how that works. Do you understand? And she's a young girl, for crying out loud. If you want to do something, get education about it. I want to start having baby, read online. You don't necessarily have to have money. There are a lot of information at your doorsteps this time. Get it, read it, know about it before you start using the body anyhow. It is not good for our body to do that. So
But
most
does
of
the,
them don't even know what they're getting into. Woman, I'm listening.
sorry, does the pregnancy not actually rejuvenate the body, the female body? Isn't it? Is it not
No. It wears it
a
out.
rejuvenator?
No, it stresses it. So they'll say pregnancy is a lot of stress on human body. So that's why they can actually throw you into a prison when you beat a pregnant woman in this Western world. Because a lot of men that does that, they don't really understand how the woman's body work. So it's a lot of stress on a woman's body to be pregnant. So sometimes when a woman has psychosis, they will tell you that kind of a woman should not get pregnant because that's speeds
Still
it
say,
all.
is
It's
age
gonna
not a
yeah.
factor though? The younger the woman, isn't that a factor for her as opposed to an older
Yeah, the
woman
younger
doing
the
that?
woman, the better. I agree with you. But that doesn't mean you should wear the body out. I agree with you. The younger you are, the better you have your children. It's really good for the biology of the woman. Do you understand? It's really good. They advise that. And that don't necessarily mean that woman should be pressurized into doing that. If you're not ready, if you're not matured in your mind, don't go for it. It is not good. Get educated, be more matured in your mind before you start having children. It's always good too. Do you understand? So don't say because I'm younger, I want to have my children here. Then you now be start putting yourself under unnecessary pressure to have a child. So you can have it till 50. It's possible if
But
that's when you're ready.
Dupsy, who is acting irresponsible here? Is it the man or the woman? Is it the husband
Both,
or the wife? This
both.
and I too, by the way, I sort of recoiled when I saw the headline that pregnant after 2 months after giving birth,
Mm,
when the woman is at her most delicate. So, but who's
exactly.
irresponsible there?
Both of them. Both of them. So if you're going to get married to a woman, or you're a woman getting married, why not educate yourself? If you have both decided that you're not going to have kids inside this marriage, why don't you get yourself educated, both of you? So both are irresponsible, in my opinion, here. Because they don't know about this thing. They just think people have children like that. How about this child? Can you breastfeed a child while you're pregnant? The answer is no. So this child now is still a baby. You are not going to nurture the child to the age that you think is appropriate. So you're going to dump this child because you're pregnant. It's going to weigh you down a bit. I know that the younger the better. So she's still going to have some energy to take care of this 2 month old baby. But it's not good for the 2 month old baby. There's going to be a sort of rejection. God be to man affect confidence on money. It's going to affect the confidence of that 2 month old because there's going to be a little bit of rejection because the woman is going to attend to herself. She's going to attend to the newborn. So from day one, that child has been feeling rejection. That my mom is not even looking after me the way. Baby feels this thing. They can see they are human. A lot of people don't know they're human. They will see, they will know that you're not attending to them in the way you should attend to them. So there's rejection. So those kind of children go up to have low self-esteem. So a lot of people don't know all those things. They just think it's good for me to just do whatever I want and flaunt it. She doesn't even look healthy, to me, in my opinion. Woman, you can go ahead and tell us what you think. Hello, woman. Okay, Prince Daddy, who is ready to talk? Prince Daddy, are you ready?
Hello,
Somebody joined us.
hello, good morning.
Okay. Good morning. Who is
Madam
this?
Dupsy. This is Dewale.
Okay, Adewale.
Good to hear your
Happy
voice
New Year
again.
to you.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
I hope
Happy
I'm
New Year.
fine on your end because I'm driving, so the noise might be a little bit distracting.
Yeah, it's a little bit faint, but we can hear you. You can go ahead, Adewale.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Um, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I've come across. It seems we are not enough. I think if the likes of Baba T and Simba are here, they themselves will justify. I've read it online where sometimes you just stumble on the Gnostic web page or social media page, and some of them will be commenting on how they witnessed some of these things happening shortly after the woman put to bed, after having a baby. The couple, while still in an admission in the hospital, they will be having sex, in there just a day or two after giving birth to the child. So I was wondering earlier when one will ask you who should be blamed for, for such act for a woman to, get pregnant so fast. Um, you're right. Both of them should be blamed. To be honest, I've also heard from men that says they are more attracted to women to their wife, but say when when their wife is pregnant, or why not the baby? There's this glow that come over women. So they believe that, well, since they are women in that condition, the condition that is not going to be um, common, it's going to be, for a phase. And after that, the woman will get back to a normal condition. So in that situation, a man that cannot hold himself or respect his woman enough to allow her to be, fully recuperated. I mean, um, that is, to me, is also lack of discipline. And to the women, sometimes some women are more beautiful in their home than the kind of people say no to their, to their spouse, to their man. So they believe that no matter what the condition, they're obligated to satisfy their man. In such a way they put a lot of stress on them. So in this situation, I want to believe and hope that the woman is in her 20s. I've studied that when a woman is pregnant, let's say they are the same age with their husband, shortly after having that baby and nursing the baby, the woman usually looks older than the man because their body have already, produced a human being. So that's a lot when you will have to, make another human being through your body. So for her to have gotten pregnant, I'm not a medical person, but I know there will be some medical implications. Some people are, they are lucky; they don't usually have much issues, medical issues. But along the there will be some complications, there will be some issues. Might not be profound, but it's still gonna be there. So, but society will say, well, don't castigate her for flaunting it. It's her body and it's her man, and she can do whatever she wants. But sometimes it's good to be educated. What is the point having a child within 2 months? Like you said, Lucy, that little child will feel some type of way while growing up because the attention that you have been devoted to her will now be divided between two children. And you know who will get the bunch of that attention the most. So it's the service to that little child at the same time, you know, I hope the woman will have enough energy and time to keep up with the two of them. But that is not a good way to raise the child. At least give them some space. A few months, maybe 8 to 9 months, the most, and then you can have to thinking of. But Alaya to Sarah, sometimes some people their body is like I don't know. So I hope to be healthy.
But
And
they were what about the
yeah,
argument that Liz is putting forward that some people like to have all their children all at once?
but look, even if at that, the pressure is on the woman, the carrier of that pregnancy. At least the health implication of that is enormous enough to dissuade them from doing that. You can have your children simultaneously, but in such a way that it will be healthy. Number one, you can do that within at least 8 to 9 months. I'm not a woman. I don't really know how their body reacts to pregnancy, but I know some women body reacts so badly at the initial stage of pregnancy. Some will be growing up so bad. My wife is always like weak all through the pregnancy. So, and I can understand, that some people will be carrying pregnancy as if some people don't even know that they are pregnant. So, but that argument of saying you want to have your children at the same time, well, let's give a space. Space those children so that they will be healthy. You can't be given, breastfeeding two kids at the same time as just, few months away from each other. By the time you space the 8 months and then you get pregnant, that would be additional 6 to 8 months or 9 months. You add it to the age of that child, maybe a year space. And that should be enough, for the woman, especially when they're in their 20s. Here in America, when a woman is pregnant, late 30s to 40s, forget it, you are being classified as a high risk pregnancy. Even if you don't show any sign of, complications, they still want to be, careful about it and ensure that no complications, at least less than minimal complications. And that even if you are not, they will still refer you to the high risk clinic. That is the way they do it here in America. Even if you argue with them, they will not take your word for it. So, but in your 20s, they will classify you as high risk. Just feel like, you need to be educated about this, But to me, it doesn't speak well. The moral aspect of it is not even good. Not to talk about you, then children would not look like twins. For what? You know what I'm saying, one man. So, but it's our body. She can carry it, she can use it any way she likes. But, I hope it's not be a good example to others. Especially these days that social media now becomes more influential than the immediate family and people around. People learn this from the social media and believe it's the norm and normal, you know. So to me, I hope that doesn't become the norm because the implication on that of society would not be good, you know. Thank you.
Thank you, Adewale. Yeah, is there any other person that wants to contribute towards this? Prince Daddy. I think Prince Daddy is driving. Prince Daddy,
Yeah,
can
I
you
was gonna
contribute
say,
now?
see, I don't think was planned. Obviously, I mean, I could be mistaken. I don't think that pregnancy was planned. And if they are a couple that don't necessarily use our protection or practice, I don't know, safe sex, then I think it just happened. And yeah, I think it just happened. I mean, no, I don't know the statistics when it comes to people or women getting pregnant right after giving birth, if that's an easy thing for them. But I think it was unplanned. And again, maybe being a young lady or a woman, I know you said it's tough on the body. By the end of the day, maybe she's able to carry it successfully and not have a problem with it.
Yeah, Prince Daddy. Yeah, it's just good to have some education on whatever you want to do in life. I just love it. Don't do things out of ignorance. Do you understand? It's not really good for the body to go under stress like that. It's not. Love your body, love yourself. Get education on whatever you want to embark on. So we want to move on to another topic. One man, can you just put the next topic on board so that we can discuss
Yes,
it?
Dupsy, this is an interesting one, and this particular storyline has gripped the whole of the Nigerian social media space, really since going on a week now. So, it's the narrative of this woman. Her husband came home from work and told her that some lady at work was bringing an extra spoon so that he, the woman's husband, could share that lady as at work's lunch with her. So as a consequence of that, that lady then resolved that she'll be waking up early to take care of her husband. So I will pick it up from there. It says, another evidence that good girls they pay. Married woman receives 1 million naira for cooking for husband around 4 a.m. So that's the girl right there. It says, after being hounded for cooking for her husband at 4 a.m., a woman received a whopping sum of 1 million naira from charitable citizens. Remember how correspondents told the story of a lady who, after her husband's co-worker began feeding him at work, began getting up at 4 a.m. To cook for him. Many internet users started criticizing her for being insecure and preferring to get up at that hour due to a man after she had posted the tweet. Some even went as far as to accuse the husband of treating her badly since she was expecting at the time. The defending woman lashed back at the trolls and gave a thorough explanation of the circumstances. Shortly after, some citizens asked her to drop her account details to help her get a fridge that she wanted. And since then, they have been sending her money, and now it is over 1 million naira. So these are some of the reactions. It says, another evidence that good girl they pay. That's from a user. Love it for you. May your marriage be blessed. Are you still not gone done cooking? To make man happy is too easy. See some people was bashing for cooking her for her husband. If you like, they form one feminist on the TL. I'm not quite sure if you have been following this storyline, but it has certainly been the number one storyline for going on a week within the Nigerian space. So a lot of people, there's the argument that the woman is henpecked. There is the argument that the woman is insecure, but there is also the argument that these are the traditional values that actually keep a marriage steady. So where are you positioned in this 4 a.m. wife that wakes up to cook for her husband?
You say she's pregnant, woman. Is she?
You know, that's what they said. So she wakes up
Okay.
at 4 a.m. to cook her husband's work lunch.
And she's pregnant too.
Well, yes, that's what they said.
I don't know the story. I even thought it's a girl, an on air personality. I saw her pounding yam at 4 a.m. Tools. I thought she's the one. I didn't even realize this is where the story is coming from. So I didn't realize Tools was actually mimicking this girl to pound yam for her husband at 4 a.m. So it is good. It's what works in your household. Maybe she loves her husband to that extent to cook for her at 4 a.m. And people should know that if a man deserves that, women will do it. Men should love, then women will be submissive. Is that not the way they wrote it in their holy book that they read? So if you love a woman, actually, I think she can actually wake up for you and cook for you at 4 a.m. Regardless, she's pregnant and she's still cooking for her husband at 4 a.m. I'm not going to fault her. I think that's what works in their household. And we don't even know what her husband does for her as well. So I think people should just show love in their marriage. I can't fault her. And I'm not going to say she doesn't have a great self esteem. That's why she's waking up so that some other woman won't snatch her husband. How did you know that's what's happening? If people wants to snatch her husband, they will still snatch it. Or if our husband wants to be snatched, don't let me
Uh,
say
but
people don't snatch anybody. If our husband wants to be snatched, our husband will still go ahead to go and have an affair. If regardless that she wakes up at 4 a.m. to cook for him. So I
uh,
don't think because of her okay. You can go ahead, woman.
no, sorry, Josie. I was just going to add, but there's the argument. They're arguing that she's reversing some of the gains of feminism. The man can he doesn't have to take an extra spoon to work to go and eat with some female babe there. He can take his own money and go to the canteen and buy lunch. why should the pregnant woman feel compelled, because of the pressures to defend her marriage, to wake up at 4 a.m. to
Um,
be pounding yam and doing whatever it is?
that's why I
Oh man,
said one
quickly.
man.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say, see, people can talk online on the internet, but see, that woman lives in reality. See, um, reality is a package. It's like you may see people may some may see a nice lady, tall and whatever, with a firm backside, and they like those features, right? But that's just an idea that they like about that person. When you get to when you get to know that person, then you have to deal with the reality, because she comes with a package just like we all do. And the other aspect of that lady may not be the best. She may be, somebody with a really bad attitude and small things you may not like about her. So my point here is that this lady we're talking about here, she's married and she lives in reality. She's dealing with the whole package. Now people were trying to mock her, just like some are. But she saw a problem or something potentially that could be a problem in the marriage, and she became proactive. Pregnant or not, it's secondary. It doesn't mean that pregnant women cannot be active or do things for their husband. Um, and the case could be reversed itself also. If what about it was a man that saw another man close to his wife, it may take the effort, to want to go to a workplace and pick her up to go to lunch, or do some other things. So it's easier said than done on the internet. On the internet, we have all the experts on the social media and whatnot. But to me, this lady gets all the credit, because she realized, let's not kid herself. We're human beings. Simple thing as sharing your lunch with a stranger, quote unquote, can turn into something else. So this is a lady that understands that hey, um, this could be an entry point for my husband into my marriage from another woman, that could, lead to a strain in the marriage. So she took upon herself to be disciplined, and to try to do right. Living in the real world to address the situation. So she's a really, really smart lady. This is what you call, she's an Abigail, a really smart lady. If you know the story of Abigail in the Bible. Yeah, thanks.
No, I don't know the story of Abigail in the Bible. And Prince Daddy, don't always bring Bible to every discussion. Some of us don't know what's written in the Bible. Just bring real life situations so that we'll be able to discuss at length. Whenever you bring the Bible, it tires me out because I don't know what is written there. Do you understand, Prince Daddy? So I agree with you totally that this woman is trying to just do whatever that she can do to keep her home. So that's fair enough. And I don't have anything against that. But people should be more matured whenever they say they're ready for this thing called marriage. There should be some level of maturity that we should have so that why should you even take spoon to your place of work and start sharing some other lady's lunch with her as a matured man? What is all that for?
Yeah, but
And why is your
Dupe,
work? I don't understand all this robbery that people just engage in. As a
Madam
matured
Dupe,
person, yeah,
Dupe,
okay,
is the man
I'm
not being
listening.
manipulative? Dupe, using a spoon
Osumio,
is that
that,
not
that,
manipulation? Is
well, but,
brought a
Osumina,
woman from work with a
what
spoon,
an immature man.
yeah, to come
well,
and
People should be
intimidate the wife.
matured in what they do.
well, but let's put this in a context. We shouldn't go and shoot the arrow without looking at the context and how it actually happened. We need to keep ourselves abreast with the story itself. When you brought it up yesterday, I came across the story, but I needed to have more, you know, more information about what I just put on the show, and I realized that what this lady did, she too was a young lady, likewise her husband. She's just a newly married, but the perspective, the way we in diaspora will look at the story is going to be different from the way people living in Nigeria are going to look at it. In Nigeria, as of now, I mean, some people live in outside of the main Lagos town and work in the highland. So some of them have to wake up as early as 4 a.m., 3 a.m. to get a bus going to the island, right? So in a situation like this, maybe their own household income's not enough, to be spending money in such a frivolous way, and they're just a newlywed. So according to the story she posted out there, the man who was being truthful to her wife, I mean to his wife, was just narrated. You know how you gist with how your days goes by at work, and he said, "Look, this person brought food, and said, look, let's eat together." Maybe they've been like that even way before he got married. That wasn't in the story, but I'm just looking at this from that perspective. However, but when he said that, the woman felt, wow, that they're just newlywed, that maybe it won't look good to outsider that, well, a newlywed is not bringing lunch, is sharing lunch with another co-worker. But the man was truthful enough to bring it up with his wife, probably maybe not even paying attention to being, 30 minutes to sharing food with others. However, the woman said she was being lazy lately. That means her being pregnant also might be contributing to it. And then she decided by herself. And she also put it in that post that not that the husband pressurized her. As a matter of fact, the husband was even dissuading her from doing so because waking up that early is going to put a lot of stress on her. And she said, henceforth, she will be doing that. But before then, she had posted on her Twitter account that she needed a bedside refrigerator. That the food that she made the previous night gets spoiled by the following day because of this summer heat. And if she could get a bedside, that Santa should provide her a bedside refrigerator. But that was posted way before this particular story. So while all that was going on, she showered praises on her husband, in some of those tweets. So when people now stumble on this new tweet, they now decided, you know what? But I want to support what one man said, that is a blowback, from this feminism kind of campaign sort of thing. And people actually did attack her by calling her all sort of names. That some even call her Ruth Abokoku. That do you know that the husband is already, being with that other woman, giving her food, giving him food at work. They said all sort of things. She herself felt that no, this is not worthy of this. But the campaign took a step by further by and they requested for account number. That account number was actually, I guess, it was meant for that refrigerator, not particularly because of this sharing food or not. And that was, as at the time I checked last night, it was more like almost 5 million in her account, and the husband's account too was also credited with some amount of money. To the point that she even selected her own account number, and that this is enough, that she never even thought that, you could get up to this point. But by and large, people started giving her something because for her, number one, for holding that tradition, that no matter how inconvenient.
Sorry, Dewale, did you know that NNPC, the Nigerian oil, they gave her 200,000 naira worth of petrol voucher.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody bought her a generator, and then another person gave her money for a generator. And like you said, she's taking her account offline. The silly woman. Just leave the account there and let them make you a billionaire. I mean,
Somebody reposted the account number. Somebody screenshot and reposted it just to know. And money was still coming in. It's a blowback. It's of saying, you know what? Yes, this feminism of the thing has taken it too far. We support our women, we support our girls, but when it comes to the tradition we hold there in Africa, this is the way it should be. A woman shouldn't be a slave to her husband.
What's the tradition, Adewale? That you should wake up 4 a.m.
No,
What's the
no, no, no.
tradition here?
She was not compelled. She wasn't forced to cook for her husband.
Don't say that. That's the tradition now.
No. See,
Women should cook for their husband. I agree.
a woman take care of home, take care of her family.
Yeah, if you don't have the
Children and
strength to wake up at 4 a.m., don't compel people. Don't say that. That is our tradition.
Like I said earlier,
4 a.m.
nobody forces her to wake up. But she felt that it's my duty to take care of this home. Let me make food for this, my husband for now. This is the only husband, no kids yet. If the children started coming, then I will be responsible for the children as well. The man was even telling her not to do it because of the stress that would happen after. So, but being dutiful, we grew up seeing our mother taking care of home. Like I said, nobody forces anybody. If you feel this is the way, because number one, it says the fastest way to the man's heart is through his mouth, right? If you feed a man, well taken care of, do you think he's going to be going out there sharing food with his co-worker? Probably not, right? But now, joke apart, she decided this is what I want to do.
If you have the strength to wake up at 4 a.m., do so. If you don't have the strength, cook at some other time, refrigerate it, warm it for your husband. Do you understand? Don't let us compel women. I don't like this kind of argument.
You know,
that
what should be,
my mother never woke up 4 a.m. to cook for my father. No. So this is not our culture to wake up 4 a.m.
No, it's not our culture to wake up 4 a.m. But it's our culture for our mother to take care of home. If the man can also support
Ade, Mama ba Dukwe ma argue. Dukwe na work woman. What you work in Canada to change here. So I don't know why you are arguing with a work woman like Dukwe. I mean, don't sorry that Canada don't
you guys are not going to jump Dupsy this morning. Yeah, I'm here to because I agree with Dupsy. Like, you know, so
thank you, Mike.
This is not.
God bless you, Jerry. Mike.
I don't think what Dupsy is saying has anything to do with work. It's just common sense, like, you know.
Mike, what I'm saying is that 4 a.m. is too early. Don't let us compel everybody to be waking up at 4 a.m.
We agree with Dupsy is that it should be out of the woman's desire. No.
But that was what is happening right now. Nobody, she wasn't compelled. She felt she needed to.
Yeah, she wasn't compelled to do it.
She doesn't have a refrigerator. You remember the first post she posted? She doesn't have a refrigerator.
No, but I think what Dupsy is saying is that to say that every other women should have to do the same. I mean, she's saying that no one should have to be compelled.
It doesn't have to be 4 a.m. If you want to cook it and keep it in the refrigerator, of course you are taking care of home. But she doesn't have refrigerator.
Yeah, I think we actually agree with that taking care of home, but the manner of which they have to do it, I don't think it should be dictated by anyone. Yeah. Like, okay, this is how it has to be done. A woman must do this. This is our culture.
You want to take out what you want to take out.
The woman is trying to address a situation, and the fact that she's waking up 4 or 1 a.m. to me, it's irrelevant. Okay. Because she lives in reality. Why do we question it? When she's not being compelled, just like Adewale said, when she's not being compelled to do so, again, she's a married woman and she understands the dynamic of what is going on. Let's not box her and try to pretend that it's weird or it's somehow strange for a woman to
No one is disagreeing.
Sorry, no Mike. Mike, are you arguing that she's not being compelled because the husband brings home a spoon from another woman from work to tell her that the other woman at work is feeding him? So that is compulsion right there. So he's inviting her to do something about it. And if they live in Lagos, that's a 4 a.m. wake up. Because, of course, the guy has to hit the road latest 5:30.
Where's the maturity in all this now? Where's the maturity here, woman?
What about preparing the lunch or the breakfast like the day before?
Yoruba land now. We don't eat yesterday's food in Yoruba land.
You turn yourself to a Britico and you're telling us how Yoruba people live. I mean, did you grow up in a village at all? I mean, I saw my
None
grandma.
of us here grew up in the village, all right? Nobody here grew up in the village. Yeah.
Hey, woman, before Rational might start, woman, please give me the button so that I can mute him anytime I want to mute him. Because me invited with speed. Give me that button so that I can mute this guy anytime I want to mute him. I want him to talk for a while, but after some time I want to mute him. So give
Don't
me
worry,
that.
I'm here for you. As soon as you say that's enough, as soon as you say that's enough.
Thank you for having me.
Over mute me. Abigilo so over mute me.
Don't continue.
Okay, Oshego. Oshego. Oh, my grandma in the 70s, when I go home, my dad will send me on holiday to go spend with my grandma. This woman will wake up, our own grandkids, she will cook for them as early as 6, 5 o'clock in the morning. Because she has to go to farm. And you're telling me here that I mean, you see.
But that didn't mean all that people's grandma was doing the same thing.
But no, I think the argument was this: is that a woman doing that doesn't know what she's doing. I mean, like,
no one said that. No, I don't think so. There's no argument. The argument is that if other women don't want to do it, they shouldn't have to be compelled to do it. That's the argument.
Nobody should be compelled to do it, but don't force about it when other people do it and make issue out of it. That's my point. That's what I think some of us are arguing here. If people do it, other women do it, does not mean that they are being used or they are being enslaved. I mean, I don't know this gender war. Every time we always come here and just make this point that I just.
Sorry, one man said something earlier. So, what is the alternative? Is it to command the man to stop eating another woman's food or stop bringing the spoon?
The alternative is for you to be matured in your mind. If you are not immature, don't get married. So why should you take a spoon in the first place to be eating with a lady at your place of work? Go get a food from a restaurant. If your wife is not able to cook for you,
that's fantasy land. That's la la land.
Cook by yourself, bro. Be matured in your mind. If your wife can't stand up at 4 a.m., then find the alternative by going to a restaurant or cook by yourself. Get matured, people. What's all this for?
No, this is what I think. If everything was that straight and linear, we would not have any marital problems. Nothing would be wrong in this world. But that's just fantasy talk. Fantasy talk. You know, in reality, a lot of things come at us. That we can't control sometimes. And I agree with you that it depends on our reaction.
Wait, Dulce, let me ask you this: Do you think that man eating that other woman's food is a form of cheating?
No, I don't even think so. But why will he come home to come and share that with his woman, especially when you know the woman is emotional about things like that?
Because they have maybe a healthy relationship. Maybe that's why it felt that comfortable to come home and share.
Then if she wants to subject herself to that kind of stress because she's pregnant, then go ahead to help her or to cook by yourself. You can do it. We are in this thing together.
No, well, keep in mind, she's not being compelled. She's not being compelled to do it. She's not being compelled to do it. So if she did that on pollution,
because he is taking a spoon to eat with his girlfriend at his place of work. She's been compelled. Manipulation, subtle manipulation. Hello,
Dupe, good evening.
Is the woman the guy's girlfriend at work? Is that what it is?
No, I'm just joking.
Dupe, you know, when you started this conversation, you started by saying if a man take care of a woman, then it's like garbage in, garbage out. What you sow is what you reap.
Yeah, I said
let us flip it around also. Let us flip it. Hold on.
Which one is hold on?
Could make sense.
Could make sense. Now. It's my show. If I'm not making sense, don't come to me at all. It's my show, brother.
Let me tell you this. Why are you so? If you flip it around and say, okay, what women also give is we encourage men to give more to them also. So if this woman is doing this to encourage her husband who lives very early to go to work and make him comfortable, what is wrong with that? Why are you seeing it as if she's been a slave? We should stop all these things that we are preaching. Why should and that is why you people that are living, you know what, you have been brainwashed. The way your language just I'm using for you this evening. You have been brainwashed because you are living in Western world and you are using law to manipulate. That is why you people go to court to achieve everything because you have lost your humanity.
Can I interject, please? Dupse, can I
go ahead, Remy?
Go ahead, Remy. Go ahead.
Okay. We are in the evening here. Good evening to everybody. This is the way I see is that I see this young lady as a very smart lady. To me, she mixed traditional and modern way of life together. In this world where it's very difficult for a man or a woman to find their right man, if you are lucky to find your right woman or the right man, you do everything to keep that man or to keep that woman. So let's see it this way. Dupe, I partly agree with you. The man came home with a spoon. That is a very good message to the woman. And the woman being smart enough, if I'm not careful, I might lose this man at the end of the day. Because we live in the world of nowadays that they can snatch your man before you even turn around, or they can snatch your woman before you even know it. So she put everything together, and I don't think the man really compelled her to go and cook for him at 4 a.m. I think she, although I don't know how much is her pregnancy, I mean the month of her pregnancy, but for her to get up at 4 a.m., I think she's smart enough. That means she has that value, and she also respect and love her husband. Before I lose my husband, so that he cannot go to the office and hit with another woman, let me try my best and cook for him at 4 a.m. The husband saying this, I guess this is my personal opinion. But don't do this now. This is too much for you, considering your state. But the woman might reply, no, I have to do it for you. I think we should not read a lot of minutes into it. This is a classic example of a very smart woman who does not want to lose her husband and at the same time want to keep a happy home. So no compulsion. It's just out of her. And the other things that follow, that people start donating for her, that is a luck. I think a lot of women should emulate this kind of women, because nowadays you cannot say because you're in America or Canada, then I have to do like all the other people are doing. If you want to go to the feminine world, I'm a woman, I cannot be getting up at 8 a.m. Nobody will force you. But if you lose your husband at the end of the day because you cannot cook for him, or you not do the right thing at the right time,
you people should stop.
You don't blame
all this that you're talking about.
Nobody
is saying that the woman should not cook for her husband. Nobody is saying that. We said maybe probably it's not convenient. I don't like discussing with these people that just came in. I'm sorry, woman. Nobody is saying that.
So you want to chase your panelist away?
Especially, you always come here to attack
you guys are accusing Dupsy of saying what
I don't have time. I will attack you back. So nobody is saying that. Do you understand? So don't come here to come and spilling shit and be saying that. And because I'm in Canada, am I a baby? Am I a baby, Remy?
I'm not blaming you. Am I a baby? Okay, let Mike talk. Mike always supports you, mind you. Okay, Mike.
You guys are accusing Dupsy of saying what she didn't say. That's the problem. You guys are just assuming she's saying something, but that's not what she's saying, man. You know?
Okay, hold on. This is what she said. She said the man was being subtle by what he did. He was being passive aggressive by bringing home.
When did she say that though?
No, that's what she said. I heard that when she said that. That even though he did not actually force the woman to do it, but by bringing home that spoon, saying, "Oh, another woman is taking care of me outside. This is what you should be doing." It's passively aggressive towards the woman. Like, look, you better sit up. If not, this woman will take your place and whatever. I mean, that's what she's saying.
Yeah, you say it was sort of compulsion. Yeah.
Yeah. So the point is this: see, this wokeness is getting crazy. It's getting out of hand. I mean,
what wokeness is that?
This is wokeness.
I said don't cook for your husband. Did I say that here? No, I did not. I said don't compel people to wake up at 4 a.m.
Nobody's telling anybody, but that's what that's the
I did not say here today that it's not good to cook for your husband. I think I've been in my husband's house now for going to 24 years. So you think you should know that I'm a good wife to him. That is why I'm still here. Do you understand that? So when you guys want to come in with your manipulation and be saying Dipsy is
You know what's funny?
I'm woke. But I'm not saying that you should not cook for your husband.
But you are the one manipulating here. You are using emotional blackmail here.
It's not emotional blackmail. You people shouldn't be coming. I don't need people like you. You shouldn't be coming for my this thing. When I come here on Sunday, I need people like Mike, Adewale, Prince Daddy, Kulata. All those people, they understand me. Don't come. Rational Mind and Remy and
Adewale is a chameleon.
If you come here to support your program, is that we cannot come here and all sing Kumbaya. We all be here to at least, I mean, sometimes butt head with you. But when you all here say, oh, Dupe, what Dupe said is right. No, I'm not like that. I'll give it to you. If I see that what you're saying, it doesn't align with my own thought or my own reasoning. So you should not take offense at that. That doesn't mean I'll fight you or I'll try to like make you look ridiculous. No, I'll never do that. I'll not go to that. Even maybe I
think when I was making my own submission, I said I partly agree with Dupe. I said that because it's
you don't even need to patronize her now.
I'm not patronizing. That's exactly what I said. Nobody's patronizing her or whatever. She's also being sarcastic. She's just kidding. I don't think she really meant that I want Mike or Adewale or whatever. I think in this kind of situation is like you have to find a way to find the balance. I think the women have done a very smart move. And as you can see her real face, I think she's still young in the relationship. Maybe just marry some few years. And it's not easy to lose your husband. I mean, to divorce or maybe to start looking for another wife or another husband nowadays. It's not easy. In fact,
have you heard the music Okonwolude in Nigeria now? Do you know how
remain single and you're gonna be like that for a
personal attack.
Mike,
rational mind. We should ask questions. We should ask Mike.
He said what?
Since Dupsy started this program, Mike always concur and support anything you said. 100%.
Really? That's not true. Even Dupsy will tell you I've disagreed with that.
It's true.
I don't concur. No.
You always concur. Even more than 100%, sir.
100%? Really? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, really. Ask Dupsy. She will tell you.
Mike has abused me this morning.
Just ask that critical question.
You should know Mike's weakness now, Remy. You should know Mike's weakness now.
I know now.
What's his weakness?
What?
I don't mind them. I'm jealousy.
I don't see. I disagree with her. Even me going to criticize her for coming late, and you guys are telling me that I'm agreeing with her.
Exactly. Mike has criticized me.
I speak the truth. It's not me. I don't. You know me. I don't. It's not like I don't. I don't side now. I just speak truth.
Actually, no. Jokes apart. This woman should be encouraged. She's doing the right thing. She should be a model to the young ladies that are coming up. These are the
this is where I'm sounding like I'm supporting Dupsy.
I said don't compel all other people to wake up at 4 a.m.
It's not compelling. Don't twist this issue. You are twisting it.
Everybody to wake up at 4 a.m. You are the one that is twisting yourself.
She's not being compelled. She's not being compelled. She's not being compelled.
You are here to attack. So we are not saying that she has done a bad thing. We said don't say that everybody should wake up at 4 a.m. Cook for your husband. Nobody has said that. Don't cook for your husband. None of us said that today.
We always put some things to make it as rational mindset. You are being emotional about it. Let me tell you this. This same woman, there are some women that wake up at the same time to go to work.
Yeah.
So yes, there are some women that at this same time they will go to their work. So what can you say about that?
But that's work now. That way you just don't do it.
Is that not work?
No, let me tell
Work,
you.
yeah.
So if the husband is taking care of her, and then she needs to take care of her husband, what is wrong in that? So taking care of your husband is not part of your work.
So are we saying that?
But she also has to go to another work later.
How do you know? How did you know? How did you know?
You two don't know now. I mean, you say she doesn't have a job? I mean, if you are saying this is a jobless woman, then we can say maybe yes.
It is not being jobless.
Excuse me, I've been listening to everybody. If you guys remember what I said earlier, I said this woman was not compelled, number one. And if she has a child at the moment, won't she be given, catering for that child as well, for making that child's lunch or breakfast or whatever? But she put it upon herself to take care of her husband. Her husband was actually dissuading her from doing it because she has to wake up at 4:30 a.m. The husband didn't compel her. She felt it is her duty to take care. That means that man must have been good to her as well. So if she decided to do that, shows a good example of how a home should be. Now, what actually led to this was because there was no refrigerator to preserve the food that she made the previous day. So now that she's going to have a refrigerator, that means she won't be waking up at 4:30 to make food. So that food would be kept in the refrigerator. So that was what led to all this.
This is my position. If she's doing it out of desire and out of pleasure, I'm with it. Or if she's doing it going out of her way, with like going through stress in the name of I just want to please my husband, where she is just out of like discomfort, then I don't agree with that. I mean, no one should have to be, going through discomfort. Discomfort in the name of say,
Mike,
I'm the husband. Hold on. If I'm in that man's position, hold on. If I'm in that man's position, the one thing I pay attention to is this thing that he's doing. Is she doing that out of discomfort, and is he creating stress for her? I will tell her not to do it. I will say no. You shouldn't have to suffer in this life because you want to please me, or like no one should be suffering for no reason. You don't want what some African men do is they want woman to do this and do that, and they don't pay attention to whether that thing is causing discomfort. That woman is going through some kind of hell doing these things that you are trying to make her to do.
Mike, I hear them at that.
Oh
God.
I'm not quite sure if Kulata has given you the National Bureau of Statistics perspective on this matter. I think he's here to give you the data on women cooking.
Go ahead. Kulata speak.
Guys, give me a second. There's a bit of noise. Ring. Yeah.
Okay. Mike, thank you for that point. People don't see that. This guy will call himself a medical doctor. He doesn't even see the psychological stress, the physiological stress of a woman's body. He doesn't know it. He's just the guy behaves like a narcissistic, in my opinion. He will just come here to come and stop talking down on women all the time. For crying out loud. Get more matured in your mind, simply. Dr. Simba, get more matured in your mind.
You walk off no, act mature, because you see, you pointing out other men. You equally women, some of you women are also equally guilty. If a man will go out very early in the morning to go bust his back behind to be able to feed, to take care of the woman.
Bust his behind, Babo. I want to
hold on.
So because you bust your behind means someone else have to bust their behind. Come on now. Yeah, I mean, everybody must suffer. Come on.
Mike, I don't know how long you've been married, and I don't think from the way you talk sometimes, I cannot deduce you've not been married for that long. You don't have experience.
Really?
You are the one that is not married. Yeah. Mike is very much married to a beautiful woman. You are the one that is not married.
Hold on. Anybody can come here and fake whatever they want to fake. I understand that. But from the way you are giving your perspective, I can understand. You see, one thing you need to understand about marriage is it's all about sacrifice. That word sacrifice. Nobody gets what he or she wants exactly as he wants it.
But there are some unnecessary sacrifice.
Hold on. I'll lecture you if you want me to lecture you.
No, you want to lecture me, really?
Lecture who?
You are talking about somebody who doesn't even know what you're talking about. A woman
is not agreeing with you and you want to lecture me.
No. You see, the thing about, like I said, it's all about sacrifice. Nobody gets everything as exactly as they want. If a man could go out, he has that sense of duty that, oh, whatever, I have to bust my behind, walk 12 hours or walk 13 hours so be able to bring home food to my kids or to my wife. Why can't the woman also sacrifice? The man is sacrificing.
How did you know the woman is not working herself? How did you know that?
Well, we don't know
It's
all
not
that
written in anywhere in this story that the woman is a full housewife.
Nobody said that. The thing is, we agree with the sacrifice thing, but there's some unnecessary sacrifice that people trying to push.
So how do you not classify this one as unnecessary?
How is it necessary?
And this guy will be calling himself a medical doctor.
Necessary because this guy is going out.
You can continue that one. That one doesn't determine. I will say what I want to say. Doopsy. So
no. When you say a man goes to work, it's necessary to make money to pay bills now. But to say someone have to wake up and do this thing, I mean that's unnecessary now. There are some things in life that are necessity. You have to go through it. But there are other things that are not necessary.
The way you are living your life is the standard way of living. Why do you think that the way you live
a woman must catch hell?
The best? It's not hell. It's convenient for her.
Eh?
So, Mike, the man must go and work and then cook for the family.
You say? I have
Did you say the man must go and bust his behind and also cook for the family?
Cook? What did I say that now? It was a deal. Just see, they are doing it to me too. They will say you are saying what I didn't say. I didn't say man must cook for the family. What did I say? Man must cook for the family. A man, you people just like to create put what in people's mind just to create to defeat argument.
Wait now, if a man has to go there and put food on the table, at least the woman is not. If a woman is not working, I don't see a reason why she can't cook for the family.
No one says the woman should not cook for family. Oh. We are saying if someone necessary cooking is necessary, of course people have to eat now. But I'm saying the unnecessary parts, which meaning saying that you must wake up 2 a.m., 3 a.m., all those things when it's not necessary.
Mike,
there are some things that are not necessary.
No, let me ask
you. You will wake up. If you have a child, you wake up.
Wait. If it becomes necessary that okay, this is the only time you can cook, like 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. or whatever. If it's necessary, that's the only time. There's no other time. And then we'll say, well, that's a necessity.
What is the average time that a Lagosian?
We say that's a necessary sacrifice to make. Hold on now. Let me land. Hold on. If there's no choice, that's the only time available to cook. And then we'll say, well, that's a necessary sacrifice to make because we don't have any other time to cook. But to say you have to do it when you don't have to, when there are other times when you can cook, to just say someone must go through discomfort because the man self has to make money, it's just what I don't agree with.
So, Mike, my question to you is this. My question is, I want to twist it around. Let's assume this young lady is doing a shifting work, shift by shift, that she has to leave home as early as 4 a.m. You, as the husband, will leave home by 9 or 8:30. Would you like to cook for your wife?
If my say it again, I don't understand it.
Would you like to cook for your wife at 4 a.m. so that she can take as a lunch box or a breakfast box to school while she's tidying up herself? Then you go to the kitchen and cook for her. Can you do that at 4 a.m.?
If it's gonna create discomfort for me, I will not do it. But if I have desire to do it, where I feel like doing it and I enjoy doing it, I
don't want you to.
Also, it's against Yoruba culture for a man to go to the kitchen.
That's the problem we're having. We allow culture to dictate our life experience. It's unfortunate, and I think African we need to stop that because there's some things we go through that's just unnecessary because in the name of culture.
Hold that culture very well. You are traditionalist.
Yeah, I'm a spiritualist. No, traditionalist doesn't. And that's what you guys misunderstand.
I can excuse.
Funny guy.
You see.
Don't come here tout tradition like as if you carry this tradition like like gala. And look at what you're talking about.
What am I talking about? Do you even understand tradition at all?
Just hear yourself.
First of all, what is tradition? I'm a spiritual man, not a traditional correct. There's a difference between a spiritual man and a cultural man.
Exactly.
And you don't understand what we're going to say.
Mike,
let me not insult you, but the point of the matter is You are not. Oh, Mongo, come here. You don't know anything. You are not even Yoruba slave. I don't know what you are running your mouth for. The first time I came on the show, you say you are from
Don't mind
Chiku.
them. Why
Now
are
you
you
are
talking to
coming.
these people? Don't mind them. They
The
just want to overshadow you with their argument that is not holding any water there.
Yeah, it's
It's
not
not
good.
even right for anybody to wake up at 4 a.m. It's human body. You have to relax and
Oh,
rest.
how about
Okay,
people that cook in McDonald's, or women that work in McDonald's?
And that is their job. That is
Oh,
what
it's not,
fits
Sophie,
it's
them.
a job.
That is their
Sophie,
job. That's what
To be a
fits
housewife is
them.
not a job.
And
To
it's
be a
not even
housewife,
right. That is why AI is
Farabada.
taking over all these
Sophie,
things now.
To be a
It is
housewife is
not
not a
right for
job.
a human
To
body
be
to
a
be doing
full-time
that.
housewife is not a job. Is it right?
Sophie,
To be a full-time housewife is not a job, right? Is that what you're saying?
all these, it's all these things people are calling culture. It's even lies, self. I don't know
Don't mind them.
now the
which
question,
constitute
the
which culture.
question,
Hold
Culture
on.
to be a narcissistic individual.
Tell me
no,
where. Tell me
it's not,
where.
Entire mind and
Hold
Simba,
on, hold on.
medical
Tell
doctor.
me who created a culture and who wrote it somewhere that this is the way. It's a lie. These are things that
so,
people will say something is a culture. It's a lie.
Mike,
Prove to me there's a
Mike,
culture.
Mike, for Josh and Jose. I mean, we all grew up seeing our parents, and there's no
It doesn't mean
complaint.
it's a culture.
There's no formula you apply. If you have a child that needs to go to school at 6 and you are leaving home early, you will be compelled to wake up to cook for that child. That same
Yeah, that's what I'm saying
responsibility
because
you
it's
have
necessary to do
for
it.
that child. Hold on. That responsibility you have towards that child, you also have it towards your spouse, whether you are the wife or husband. As of today, you have to take that responsibility to take care of the family. Like the way Remy flipped it. If you are the one if your husband, I mean your wife is at a disadvantage where she leaves early and you will stay back home a little while, then of course you have responsibility to take care of that woman by getting up early to prepare food for her because it's beyond traditional. Now with a child, you are going to be compelled to wake up, whether you like it
How
or not,
many of you
because that
guys
Let me
child
can
is.
tell
wake
you
up 4
something.
a.m.?
With a
How
child, that's a
many of you guys can
necessity.
wake up 4 a.m. to cook for your
So
wife?
why is
Oh, so
husband
the
not a
husband is
Raise up
not a
necessity?
your hand.
necessity.
Why is husband
How
not a
is it a
necessity?
necessity to be alone?
How many of you can wake up 4 a.m. to cook for your wife? How many? Simba, can you wake up 4 a.m. to cook for your wife?
Why am I your this thing today?
You are
This
my
week.
target. To read what you man share all the time. You are my
Simba,
target today.
see, the
What
purpose
am I
of living this
reaching?
life.
Hey, Mike, I didn't know you're a feminist, Mike.
Oh no, this is not
No,
feminism.
Mike is a
This is
pretender.
just
Brenda, they
this is
don't mind him.
let
He's
me
a
let me explain
pretender.
something to you guys, man. This life, you go through this life to have as easier experience as possible, to make life as comfortable as possible, and as fun and as enjoyable as possible. That's why Igbo people, that's why white people think, that's why they constantly invent new things to make life easier. But Africans, we just believe we have to go to hell unnecessarily. So the point I'm making here is that you want to be as comfortable and make life as easier for yourself and your wife and your kids and just for humanity and your environment as possible. So I'm saying that there are some things, some hell, that are not necessary to go through. If it's not necessary to go through that hell, why force it in the name of in the name of ego, in the name of it's our asha, it's our kiriko? No, you want to make life as comfortable, as pleasant as possible. So if it's unnecessary to be waking up at 4 a.m. With someone with sleep, where your body is so tired to be doing something when it's not necessary to do it, they don't. Why should you do it? Why should you force someone to do it? But if it's a
Well,
necessary thing, you mentioned kid, for example, the children are children. They can't help themselves. Adults have to do things for them. So that's that's a necessary thing to do. But with the man, as a man, if I know that why should I let this woman wake up so early when she needs that rest in the name of because I want to put something in my mouth? It's unnecessary.
well, okay,
It's
Mike.
just
Okay,
unnecessary hell to make someone make her go
chime
Hello,
through.
in.
hello.
Hold on, let me chime in. So I don't think. Yeah, I don't want my wife to wake up 4 a.m. to cook for me. To me, it's unnecessary. Quite frankly, I
Thank
can.
you.
If she makes it the day before, I can warm up the microwave. I love when she serves me, but it's not. It's not when she's not compelled to do it. I mean, 4 a.m. is to me is in the extraneous. But that's me talking from my own perspective.
But these people are
Okay.
saying it's our culture that she must do it.
Well,
Even if
see,
it's the
but if
culture, why
other
should they
people
agree with that kind of
decide
culture?
that, hold on, if other people decide that and it helps their marriage, why not? Why should I be the one to criticize that or condemn it? I don't think I have that right to do
It
so.
doesn't help marriage.
Can I contribute?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, are you guys talking about that Debbie girl and her husband, right? The
Yes.
4 a.m. girl.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure her name. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, to each his own now. It depends, I mean, on what works for your marriage. I can't, personally, me, I can't imagine a woman waking up for me at 4 a.m. to cook my food. I'm not that needy. I mean, she should take care of the kids. I can take care of myself. I mean, the only place I draw the line is if we go out to parties, then she has to go get my food. But at home, I can fry my own eggs. If there's time, she can cook it. But I'm
And when
not
you're
gonna do.
Simba, on agree, Pelu Ekulata. When you
I
agree,
can't demand
when you're
someone waiting for
Simba,
me at 4
international
a.m.
man.
There are better priorities now. There, there are
Have
many
you?
things to do.
God bless you, Kulata.
Well,
That's
that,
why I love you to come on.
Before you
God
go,
bless
you
you.
did not get the gist of it. What we are talking about is that compelling. The woman was not compelled. She was not forced to cook.
And she's Ruth Abokoku, which is if it's her choice, she's not
Yeah, it's her
compelled.
choice. It's her choice. She
Yeah, but we all agree on that part that if it's her choice and she enjoys it, she's doing it out of pleasure, then we agree. But what the argument, I mean, the argument is that some people are saying, even if it's not her choice, she needs to do it because me, that's what some people, that's where we're arguing. That's where the
In
argument is.
2024, it can't be made to do that.
They will say
Nobody
because
is
our
saying
grandmother,
that.
our national man is saying
Nobody,
because his grandmother
Our
did it.
nobody should
culture.
come
It's
here
our culture for
and
women to wake up at 4
make
a.m.
themselves the standard. What we are saying is that whatever work for each family, everybody should follow it. We should not come here and be condemning what somebody are doing. Somebody is doing
Nobody
to maintain a
Nobody is
family.
condemning again.
You are saying
Simba,
it's
you
the
can't.
culture. You are saying it's the
Guys,
culture.
real
Nobody
quickly, say,
condemned her.
is it the reason why she wakes up 4 o'clock in the morning was because she didn't have a fridge? Because I heard about making contribution for her to buy a fridge. Is that the
No,
reason?
that is not the only reason. The
Oh,
man came
okay.
home with a spoon, and the woman does not want to lose her husband. She used her senses. She's a smart
Well,
woman.
we get all
yeah,
that,
She's not
but the
talking
reason
about
why she's
losing the
waking up
husband.
4 o'clock
If the
in the
husband wants
morning.
to go, let the husband go so that she have a peace of
Why she
mind.
Praise
can
Daddy.
Let her husband go
Praise
in
Daddy.
peace.
That was the main reason. Praise Daddy. That was the main reason. Because the food she was
Uh-huh.
making the previous night was getting spoiled.
Uh-huh.
And she
Okay, it
decided
makes
she was
sense
going to
now.
be
It makes sense.
cooking food.
That makes
There are
sense
new
now.
ways.
So there's a reason for it.
There are
There's a reason
ways.
for it.
Okay, let me ask you guys this
Okay.
question.
Sorry.
Can I ask a
The
question?
husband action. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask a question? Okay. We all agree that the reason she's doing it is because she's afraid that she might lose her husband to that woman or whatever, right? Now, let's say you are the husband and you know that there's no way she was going to lose you to that woman, regardless, and you're confident about that. And now you see her going through all that in the name of she's afraid that if she doesn't do it, she will lose you. Now, what would you do? Would you tell her that, okay, would you sit her down and say, you know what, you don't have to do this. You shouldn't worry about, you losing me because of this. So you don't have to. Let's say you see her going through, like the what she's doing is stressing her out. That waking up early is stressing her out. And you feel like, wow, this stress is unnecessary. Would you sit her down and tell her that, okay, don't worry, you don't have to go through all this. You're not going to lose me for that reason.
Mike, I will go.
Would you do that, or would you just say,
let me
just
answer
continue?
first, Mike. Let me go first.
That is what the husband
Show me. Please let me talk. This is my show. So, Mike, to answer to your question, and to Remi that has been shouting, she will lose her man. A man that is immature in his mind, that he's going to get snatched because of food, let him go. He's not worth to be a husband in the first place. I'm Auntie Diola, what's her name? Let that man go. If you're under pressure that they're going to snatch your husband because somebody is taking a spoon to the office to share some lady's food, let him go. He's not worth it to be any woman's husband. Do you understand, Auntie? I'm talking to this Auntie. Wait,
now you see, now we disagree with Doopsy here, so you guys will not say I'm always agreeing with Doopsy. The thing is this. Hold on now.
Mike, let me answer your own question now. You said the man, will he go? Because if the woman can't be able to cook at 4 a.m., will the man go? If that man wants to go, let him go. That is my own. So, or any other person that wants to any your kinshoko in the first place. You your BT any your BT legbe.
I mean, you mobile about Runubavi.
No, but what any?
But you say I have a question, though, man. There are factors
to be anybody's husband.
But just let me ask this question. There are factors that come in place that can lead to breaking up a marriage, right? Okay. What if that kind of thing come in place? Is it okay for someone to make effort to take that thing out of the way? Like, let's say something.
Yeah, it is okay. I agree totally. And
can I ask a question, guys?
To me, if you listen to me when I started, hold on, if you listen to me, I said if it's convenient, we don't know the kind of sacrifice this man does for this woman. So women, they go to any extent for their husband. But when Remy starts shouting, they will snatch her husband. They will say, if that's the reason, if not because of love, that's the reason that you don't want them to snatch your husband. Let this man go. But if you're doing it out of love because your man loves you, I'm okay with that.
Is it love?
Ask your question.
Yeah. Is it love or is it a highly insecure woman?
That is what I'm asking. I don't know. I don't know the story.
Because
the woman that is bringing the story to
is she gonna is her default reaction going to be going to extremes for everything for her husband based on whatever little shenanigans happens? Will she now be bending her back? This is 4 a.m. sacrifice. What's the next thing? Maybe if she sees her husband as taking picture with a co-worker, what else is she going to do? Like,
okay, Kulata, let me give you this. Let me give you this. Sorry, Kulata. Let me give you this. I used to have a friend in the late 90s, early 2000. Two of them, the spouse, they used to work in a bank. They stayed in somebody in Lassa Manja in Lagos, and they are working in Victoria Island. They will leave home around 4 a.m. and the two of them will come back 10 p.m. When the husband discovered that this thing was not working for the two of them, and they have kids, they don't get to even see their kids every day because by the time they come back from work, the kids were asleep. So the husband said, no, my wife, this thing we cannot continue. We have to raise these kids well. And ask the wife to stay at home and let him be doing the work. They opened the shop for the woman. And the woman started some little business. And that was how they are raising. So if that woman now wake up, if she used to wake up early before to go to work. Now, if she wake up early to prepare meal for her husband around that period, go back to sleep, take care of the children. Can we blame such a woman for doing that? You know, that is not this story. Let me tell you this.
In fact, you gave a very good analogy, and I love the way you just give it. I mean, that's a typical Nigerian person. I mean, couple you just said there.
I think, Simba, I don't think anybody is blaming this woman. What I am saying is it's a reaction to an action. I'm saying, even though it seems extreme, waking up 4 a.m. to cook for your husband is extreme. Like, you really must love your husband or blah, blah, blah. We get that. But this is just one thing. What if the husband comes up with some other thing? Is she now going to sacrifice? Then is it going to be a one-sided marriage? At what point in time can she tell her husband, hey, dude, this is my line. I don't expect you to be eating cutlery to cutlery with a colleague. Stop it.
Kulata, you are being extreme with this, what you say. We're narrowing.
I'm not being extreme.
Hold on. We're narrowing to what is currently we're talking about. Let's not overflow this matter. If you're overflowing, after a while, the guy will bring another excuse. The woman will continue making compromises. That's not what we're saying here. If it becomes extreme, then that's a different topic. That's a different thing we have to discuss. We're talking about this current one we're talking about, whereby she has to make sacrifice. If she's a full-time homemaker, she stays at home, take care of the kids. But they don't have kids, maybe she's pregnant, take care of herself and the baby in her womb. The guy go make the money and bring home the money. Let her do her own responsibility of making life easy for the guy, so that the guy doesn't have to get stressed from the source where they make the money from. So if she has to sacrifice, and that's what I'm saying, marriage is all about sacrifice. I'm not saying she should have to sacrifice.
I don't even know why some men will come and then be behaving like a macho man that is okay, they can do everything, and that's why most men die early. They take a lot of
wait.
responsibility.
Are
They
you
take a
guys
lot of
saying
heat.
like
Bimba,
cooking for him
Bimba,
is
by
to make the life
statistics,
man's
men
life
will
easier?
die early anyway by statistics. So it's not that. Men are
It's
men are
stress.
built to
It's
die
stress.
early.
It's stress. We take a lot of responsibility, and the women they will go.
So women, they just
They
sit
whoop
down
up
and relax in the
emotional
home all
settlement.
day.
Nah.
All
So,
these things.
so
They
I
don't
have
do
one question,
People
anything.
Simba.
just do all these
Are you
things.
saying men do more
Oh, yeah, but
in the house than
women
the
don't
women?
do anything. They just sit down all night long and watch
Come on
movie.
now.
Mama,
Wait.
No, Doopsy,
Simba, I think this is where we get it wrong. We believe because we bring
Doopsy,
because men
we
bring
build
money
the
in home,
house. We build
automatically
the
it
house.
does
We
more.
pay the mortgage. We single-handedly. We don't ask for help. So don't say we don't do anything. We take care of our finances.
How many of
I
them
think
do that?
both
Kulata,
sides
you
do
think these
something.
guys
That's
here
what I'm
talking,
saying.
people like Rational Mind, they do 100% in their homes? Ṣé Rational Mind delay back, ìyàwó má sanwó kankan. Àbí irú
Woman,
Simba
you
yìí. Ó máa fẹ́ nà pa. You think everybody's like you, Kulata? A responsible man like Kulata. You think everybody's like you, Kulata? Irú eléyìí, ó máa gbà kíyàwó má sanwó
Professional
kankan.
in their homes, òyìnbó akọ̀ọ̀kan ni.
farabalẹ̀ láyé kìí sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ má bínú mi ò fẹ́ ọmọ áfíríkà tó lè sóúnjẹ mi mo ti kọ́ láti máa sóúnjẹ mi ó ti ṣe bọ̀ sí ìbájì kí ọba àṣẹ máa sóúnjẹ a máa kó pọ̀ mọ́ kó ẹran kó gbogbo ẹ̀ sínú pọ́ọ̀tì kan náà òun ò fẹ́ rúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ and she's a vegan a vegetarian rather mo máa force kó máa jẹ ẹran lẹ́kọ̀ọ̀kan gbà mí so ó ní bó ṣe ó ní style tí ẹ fẹ́ máa sóúnjẹ mi èmi ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ a fẹ́ máa lo òyìnbó style mi ò fẹ́. So that is the reason why I have to cook on my own. But however, she makes me like sandwiches for my lunchbox, whatever. She gets that for me. She has to get me stuff.
Sandwich.
Salad. There's a give and take here. There's a sacrifice here. I have to forgo that part that okay, she cannot cook my food the way I cook it. So I have to take some
something. Boy, she describe girlfriend there, new girl. You ma fail. This one, he can never allow any woman not to cook for him. That girl, don't mind him. Oh my, you for
the most almost 59 years. I mean, come on, keep me go crap the master. What are you talking about? Huh? What are you talking about? Just drop this stuff. Let's just talk about the issue. I'm just trying to make you understand that there's sacrifice to make. If she cannot cook my food, I make that sacrifice. I'll cook it myself. So I'll cook it. You make me the other one.
That's not mine. You know what you just sounded like today? You sound like you're willing to put up with your Igbo woman anyway. You know, you sacrifice for her. But when it comes to African woman, she must suffer. She must catch her. And I noticed that trend among Africa, some Nigerian men. You see them with when they are with a black woman, Nigerian woman, they act all this culture. The moment they hook up with a white woman, they will start rolling red carpet for her. They forget culture.
Don't go that route.
They forget culture when they get with the woman.
Okay, that is very true, Mike. You're very correct.
Hold on.
Very complex.
Inferiority complex. I just said to you now, you just said nobody should be forced to do anything. I don't force anybody to do anything. I just give you an example as being a person who is rational. She cannot cook my food the way I want it. Tomasi, mama puking. So rather, I'll just do it myself. Now you do other things that I want you to do. Buy me those. I'll send her to African store. Go and buy me this stuff. Ara for me. Go. Okay, I need the American food. I want to eat burger today. Get me burger. Get me a sandwich. She has already prepared for me.
Let me quickly ask you a question. Assuming it's a Yoruba girl. Wait, assuming it's a Yoruba girl that you're married to, will you condone this behavior?
Okay, good. It's a good question. Hold on now. I'll answer your question. It's a good question. If it's a Yoruba woman or a Nigerian woman I marry, I will tell her, you know how to cook my food. Cook my food for me. And I'll find other things that I will do to make up for her, whereby she will not be stressed. That's the point. So if she has to cook I have to force her to cook my own food, and then again go and do this to me. If I have to go to African store and go and buy Nigerian food and give it to her, cook. Even though she's a Nigerian woman, I'll cook. I'll go to the store. I'll buy all this stuff for you. When I'm coming back from work, I will do grocery shopping. It's all about give and take. It's all about understanding. We're not here just to make you like, oh, we want to make women's life miserable. by waking up 4 o'clock. And if she wants to do that, fine. The other way she will be compensated for. Sit at home. Don't do anything. Just cook for me. Take care of the kids. I'll bring home the money. You want to do your hair? I'll give you the money. If you want to go shopping? I'll give you the money. That is it. She doesn't have to stress more than that. And if she has to go and work her own for 4 o'clock in the morning herself, will she not do it? So that's the sacrifice you have to make. If I'm making the sacrifice like that, you should also make sacrifice. That's what the point is all about.
You can't take care of any woman like that. Giving you hair money, giving you pants money is a lie. This guy can't do it. I know from how you talk that you can never take care of a woman. I know you.
Tí wọ́n bá ní ọkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó spend fún ẹ wá bá
mi dúpẹ́ èmi bá mi dúpẹ́ èmi bá mi dúpẹ́ tó kò rí mo ṣe ń dán bí ẹja ni.
Ìwọ ń dán bí ẹja ìwọ tó bí mo ṣe ń gbé bá mo sì rí
ẹ̀yìn ayọ̀ ṣe rí.
Dúpẹ́. Can we say this thing? Maybe this thing is a script. This thing that we are all discussing about might not be real.
Probably, we don't know.
Yes, that is another way of looking at it.
A lot of people
you can see now they are now in the social media. They are making money. It's just like a social debt. It's just like they just created a social debt and they are cashing out from it.
Anyhow, but what I see is that things have turned around nowadays, and we can see what is transpiring all over the world now, especially people in the diaspora. Or even in Nigeria, when I was growing up, I don't used to hear the word baby mama, but now it's very often used. And to me, for any woman or any man that go to any length to keep their marriage, I'll give kudos to that kind of people. So if she go to any length, whether she wake up at 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. to keep her marriage, so let us appreciate what she has done. At least she was able to keep her husband, and she was able to also make her husband happy, and she herself also happy. I think there's no big deal about this thing. So if you are lucky that your husband can bring breakfast for you on the table by 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning, some men does that. They will cook for their wife.
I don't like your narrative of saying keeping your man, keeping your marriage, because that's why you have to do that sacrifice. I don't like it. She's doing it out of love. Let's assume. Stop putting that narrative. Nobody should snatch her husband. That's why she has to wake up. No, that narrative is very bad.
I want to ask you. I will ask you a direct question. Mm-hmm. So, for example, let's say she didn't do all of these things she's doing. Nobody compelled her to do it. And she lost the man.
Because of food.
Because another woman is giving her husband food at the office, and little by little, play by play, at the end of the day, she lost the man. She had to start afresh again.
The man is not worth it in the first place.
No, I don't think so.
He's not worth it in the first place because of food. Is that why you will lose your husband to a woman?
So many things that a woman can lure a man. Some men, their way to their heart is their food.
How do you know your women? Because you are talking like a god now, as if you are the only one that exists on this earth. How do you lure a woman to stay in a marriage with you?
No, you don't get my point. I'm trying to say she's trying to keep her marriage, and anything she can do, we have to give kudos.
She loves her man. That's why she's doing that.
It's fine. I totally agree. So if you think that somebody is trespassing, do you think she just fold her hands until the damage has been done? So I think what she has done is okay.
Damage.
Remy, you make one point. You say like people should put in efforts, right, to keep their marriage, right? So there was a time where you were having a conversation and you were complaining about, I guess, one of your friends in Europe where his wife came to. She just came from Nigeria to stay with him, and then she wanted to visit. She wanted to go to a bar.
Yeah.
And then to you are saying no. Why would she want to go to a bar? This and that. He said no. And me, I was telling you, hold on now.
Story very well. Maybe I can relate the story again so that people can.
Okay, relate the story. Yeah.
Okay. The man is about 30, almost close to 40 years old, and then he went to Nigeria and met this young lady about 25 or 26 years old. Probably do the introduction, and get themselves pregnant. So the woman have a kid in Nigeria, and he got a 2-bedroom flat, bought a car, and let them live a good life. After some few years, of course, the woman said, "I want to join you in Finland," and the man brought her here. When she arrived, they have their second baby, and then the man sent him to a nursing school. And after graduating from the nursing school, she found a job immediately, because in Finland, before you even graduate from the nursing school, you already get a job already, even after 1 year. So, and she started making money. And before we can see Jack, the girl started building a house without the husband not knowing about it. And then later, the wife said, "Oh, I want to." It's like the freedom is not enough for me. I want to go to bar. I want to know more people. But the man said, "Look, I go to work from as early as 9 a.m. I will come back home at 9 p.m. So if you want to go to bar, who is going to take care of our children? If you want to go and meet your friends, who is going to take care of our children?" And before we
But
can
that's
say,
not the way you put the story last time, Sha. Well, it's okay.
no,
It's okay.
that was it. Maybe you did not listen. Maybe you only listen to the part that suits you. Then before we know
No,
it,
you didn't even break the story now. You
the
just said
the bone of the problem now is that she wants to go out, and because she has
I
more
was there.
money.
What he said is what he said. Yeah, I was here then.
So,
Go
so
on.
let me
it is
finish.
Daniel.
So let me quickly
No, I was
finish it.
there. I
Just
was
give
only
one more
there.
minute. Let me finish it, okay? So they started making quarrel. I mean, cry, quarrel every time. And there was a day the girl started making trouble with the husband. And before we know it, she called the police. But luckily for this guy, he was recording the event. So when the police saw that there was no battery, no fighting, he didn't beat the wife, something like that. Then the social worker came in and they talked to them. Everything was settled. Then later, this wife started doing TikTok something on, but the recording was being done by their first child. And when they go to school, that first child started telling the teacher that my mother also is on TikTok. By the time they know the truth, it's a kind of nudity. I mean, this is not good for a small kid. So they have to invite the two parents. And when they invited them, they have to take the children away from them, because the only conditional they give that if this guy was working and at the same time doing a master degree, so now they say that if you finish your master degree, we can give the custody of your children. But for this woman, they are not going to give it to her anymore. That is the end of the story now. For now. So that was the story. I didn't have that, and that was the story. So the woman want freedom. She want to go out.
What me I heard you say that day was that this guy just brought a woman from Nigeria and she started getting bored and she said she wants to go to bar.
I said you did right
So
man.
in that context, me I was just telling you that day like if she just came from Nigeria, she came to this Scandinavian environment. You know, these Western countries, there's really nothing
You're not
waiting now. Yes, so you're landing now.
in
Cool down, you're
Nigeria.
land. Yeah, I'm just saying that in that context, I was seeing it like, okay, someone just came from Africa. He moved to all these white neighborhood where it's quiet. There's nothing going on. Ah, people will get bored to death now. Maybe she wanted to go somewhere, and in all these countries, the only place people go to at least see something or at least hear sound is usually bar. And I'm like, rather than you automatically thinking she wants to go to bar because she wants to go and hook up, you can just say, hey, let's go together. So that way, you just don't say no. Sit at home in this boring neighborhood 24/7. So that's the way I was coming in to counter that stuff. But now he's giving up more deep stories and stuff and stuff.
You
So
do have a good point. Europe is very boring. It's like a triangle lifestyle most time. So it's totally different from the life in Nigeria or in America or Canada. Here, oh my God, the code itself. Where do you want to go? And if you want to go to like bar at night or something like that, for married couple, it's not easy. Maybe they can go to pub.
It is unacceptable for a married Yoruba woman to go to a bar.
In Nigeria, but not in the woman.
Anywhere.
No, you can't say anywhere. No.
The culture now.
But woman, that's the problem. In Nigeria, a bar is a place where you can see people that go there are rascals. But in the Western world, a bar is where even CEOs, all of them they go to, they're not there to hold anything negative. So bar in context of Western, some places is not negative, but in Nigeria, yeah. Huh?
It's for hookups mainly, bars.
Yeah, no, not really. It's not for I know companies where after work all the employees they all meet up in the bar just to cheer off after work to discuss and do all those things, and then they go home from there. even the married ones.
It's not Yoruba culture for a woman to go drinking anywhere.
You can't be practicing Yoruba culture in a different environment. That's the problem we're having. And that's what break up a lot of marriages of Nigerians in the Western world. Because they will leave Nigeria and they want to do their culture in another environment. No, your culture cannot work in another environment.
Mike, hold on. You have to jettison your culture because you live in America.
No, you use your culture. The part of your culture that still works in a different environment, you keep that. But the one that doesn't work in that environment, you jettison it because the culture will not work there. Culture is not designed for you to just follow for no reason. People that created the culture, they created it for that moment. That okay, at this moment, this is the way, this is dynamic of the environment. We need to have this kind of order in place. But then when we are no longer in that environment, why keep that same stuff? It's like living in America now. They have a law about something, and there's a reason why they create that law. Now you leave America, move to another country, you want to start following that same law when the law doesn't really apply there, So I mean, come on.
Hold on. Rational Mind is a good example of somebody that jettisoned his culture to live in America. Look what happened. Rational Mind.
Woman. Do you realize that out of all the nationals that live abroad, especially in Europe and America, those who jettison their culture the most are probably Nigerian, Ghanaian. Hardly you will see an Indian, Chinese putting their culture aside completely like that. And you see a common, regular Pakistanis still believe in their culture. Even though their culture might be perceived as repressive, but they still embraces their culture. Even their kids, they learn their language. They speak
Dewale, it is very rare to see a Pakistani wearing westernized clothes outside of a work environment.
They do. Actually,
they wear their at least in this country, they wear their traditional attire for every apart from going to work.
Yeah.
Anything outside the work, they wear their traditional.
I was surprised to see my wife's OBGY to be a Iranian in America. I thought she was a Latino lady, but only to find out that she's actually an Iranian. So they hold there to their culture, even when she herself gave birth to a child. They still embrace that culture, and that is why they have a very low divorce rate in their community. Why? Because they understand each other. If anyone among them is abusing one another, there's a way they take care of each other. I've told a story here when I used to work for the CPS. All right, that was a way long time ago. And I came across this Pakistani family. The child called the police and reported that the father was abusing him. And when the police came, they wrote the report, and there was no abuse sign on the child. But of course, they have to do their due diligence by taking the child away. So I found a way then to pull it. So when I went to the court, when I went to do the interview or investigation to call, the father called me aside. The moment he found out that I was a Nigerian, you could see the happiness in his face. And so, look, my brother, I'm not going to lie to you. I do whoop my child sometimes because he has so many energy. If you don't do that, they will go astray. In my head, I was like, this cannot be in the record. This has to be off record. When time comes when the court, because the judge wouldn't want to release that child to them because of, testimony here and there. Guess what? When the judge asked who could volunteer to take care of that child and who is the child actually think will be comfortable with, the social worker came and said, this child mentioned this so name. Guess what? The entire court stood up to volunteer to take care of that child. So you can imagine they hold their culture very dearly to each other, to themselves. And they want to ensure that they continue with that, even though they live abroad for years. But we Nigerians are the ones that always want to be more than American than ourselves, more than European than ourselves, because we want to push our culture on the side. Our kids cannot even speak our language. Our kids don't even understand our language. Now they want to identify as an American. They want to identify as a European, other than the African, who they are. That is their identity. They are black and said that like us. And yet we embrace that because we felt that is just the civilization. I'm not saying, a culture that is repressive should be kept, but we should embrace the one that lifts us, that makes us, that distinguishes us among others. Thank you.
That's quite interesting.
There's nothing that is called you should uphold one culture when it's oppressive to the other. These people that Adewale are cited now, if you go into the research, most most of those their women are not mentally stable. Yes, because they've oppressed them. Let me tell you about the Arabs and all this Pakistani that you talked about. Most of those women, they go to work early in the morning, and when it's time for them to be paid, their money is usually paid directly into their husband's account. And if their money is not paid into their husband's account, God forbid that woman to spend one dime if that money is paid into our account. So they are used as slaves. So most of those people, their doctors usually look for sign of abuse. Let me tell you more about that. They look for sign of abuse amongst these women because they will never give their husband up that he's abusing them. But they always look for that sign of abuse and they report the husband immediately to social workers and they go visit them in the house. Most of the time, they force this woman to get out of the marriage. So please, if people don't really understand what is happening and you say their divorce rate is low, we are all human. We are all human. So we are looking for how this world is going to be saner. We don't want more mad people on the road or in our community. We want people to be okay in their brain. Don't subdue people. If you can't wake up at 4 a.m., don't. Look for an alternative, but watch out. Always look out for your man. Take good care of your home. Take good care of your children and your family. I'm not against that. I've been married going to 24 years now, and I've been doing that. But for somebody to subdue you, is our culture, is our don't mind them, don't mind them, don't kill your body. Your body, your health is important. Don't kill yourself over. If any man wants to go because you can't wake up 4 a.m., look, the man is not human. He's not empathetic enough for him to become your husband. Don't entangle yourself with such a narcissistic individual. Somebody like, I can't mention his name. He's on this platform as we speak. I don't want to mention his name. So, guys, thank you so much for coming for my show tonight, this morning. Does anybody want to say any? Yeah,
Doopsy, quick one.
Yes,
I was actually just WhatsApping one of your friends, but I'm not going to let you know. Continue, sir.
Tell me the person now. Okay,
no way. I'm never ever going to tell you the person. I'm never ever going to tell you the person. Actually, let me just shut up.
Have you got blackmail material for Doopsy? I need blackmail.
Not yet. I'm not going to release anything yet. But Doopsy, just know that you're watched.
Do you know why Kulata is after me? Because I said I'm older than him. So now he's looking for my information.
You need not even be putting auntie before he calls your name.
Which kind of auntie is that? Doopsy and we have friends in common. Let me just put it that way. Contemporaries.
Tell me in the private.
But I'm not going to tell you, I'll just continue. Okay. I have that over you.
The Koboko of Doopsy is not with that.
You know the advantage, woman, because I use my name. I don't hide like Kulata. Kulata hides, so I can't look for his information. So that's the disadvantage here. I use my name, so I don't hide my name actually.
When I saw it, I was just laughing. Anyway, really, I have your number. No worry.
That's okay. That's okay. So any other contribution? Who is here again? Mike? Rational Mind and Prince Daddy.
Let me contribute one last thing. One advice I will give people. Okay. Here's the deal. The world is changing. The world is becoming modern. The possibility of humanity going back to the traditional old ways is almost impossible. What people need to do is just adapt with the new way the world is going, the new ways. Just figure a way to adapt and make it work for you. What's causing this whole divorce and all these things, it's just people not willing to adapt to just a new way of life, new generation, new things, new way of thinking. You just have to figure a way, reshape it. You can't keep a way of 200 years in 2024. Information age, things in this advanced world now. You just have to figure a way to adapt to it. So you don't keep fighting the uphill battle and just suffering yourself. Adopt. If you want to get with somebody, study the person, understand the person. You don't have to say this is the way a woman should be because that's the way women were 50 years ago. No, they're different. A woman of today cannot be a woman of 50 years ago. Just adopt. It's simple as that. Figure a way, use your brain. Today, this is a brain age of thinking. It's not age of tell me what to do.
So,
Everybody
Mike,
think for themselves now.
quick question. So, if women are changing, do you mean that men remain static?
Men are changing. We all change. You know what's even annoying? Most of the men that will say women change, if you look at him, he doesn't behave the same way his grandfather was behaving. No. He himself has changed. But he is complaining that women have changed. No, we've all changed. You can't tell me the way you do things is the way your grandfather was doing things. But then you want your woman to do things the way your grandmother was doing things. We have all changed. You just need to use your sense to understand the reality of where you are, where you stand. And people always say, even if I will tell you, I forgot what I've been called. I forgot what I've been called. I do have from me like don't tell me what you are most somewhere. Only by back tell me what you are most somewhere. Only to rock man not to so going. In fact, even the greatest wisdom man or Rivera said, he said, time change. You have to learn new sense. You have to learn new sense, new way of things. Unfortunately, we don't understand that. We say we are culture. Our culture doesn't say you have to think one way forever. That's not what the real culture said. People just think that's what it is. You have to move forward, adopt, rechange, and that's the way scientists think. That's why they keep improving. You have to
Okay,
improve things.
Mike.
God bless you.
What about? Are
God
you
bless you,
changing
Mike.
based
God
on
bless
the
you.
new age religion too, Mike? Are you changing your spirituality to the new age one? You know, times have
Spirituality is
changed.
not static. Even it's our spirituality, we divine every day, and the knowledge is different. It's not the same.
I mean,
Knowledge change. Wisdom,
God
the
bless
wisdom
you.
of it is the same. Wisdom doesn't change, but
you can
knowledge change.
abandon that and practice the new age religion. You can just
We don't do
abandon
religion.
abandon.
There's no religion. Our spirituality is not
No,
religion. It's spirituality.
no. It's called new age spirituality. It's not religion. I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
It's new
Hold
age
on, hold on.
spirituality.
If you can change nature of Shango, if you can change the nature of Olodumare, you can change the nature of Oshun, then we'll change. But it's like Oshun is water. You can't change water. You can't change nature. Nature remains nature. The forces of nature remains the forces. If you can change the iron to something else, then I can tell you that I will change the way I relate to Ogun. You understand? So that you can't change. There's some things that can be changed. But we are talking about socialization, social dynamic, that can move, that can change. You understand? There's some things that are unchangeable. So our spirituality is not a religion, and it's just a relationship with nature. If nature changes, then we change with nature. So you can't tell me to change something that's unchangeable. But what we do change is the knowledge in it. The knowledge, the way we do things, we do the same principle, but in new ways. But some Yorubas that practice our spirituality remain to do things the same old ways. When some of us are better educated, I see how in Yoruba land we do some things, and I see how the same thing in the diaspora in Brazil, they do the same thing in a more clean way. And I go to back to Yoruba land, like, why do you have to keep doing this thing the same way your grandfather do it? It's too primitive. The Cubans, the Brazilians are doing it more modernized way, and it's more cleaner way, and it's the same results. So change your mentality, so change the knowledge but not the wisdom.
Thank you so
So
much, Mike.
yeah.
I really like your submission. So you can't stick with a book that some people wrote 2,000 years ago or 500 years ago. That there wasn't the list of technology when the book was written. So Mike is saying that you can't stick by that kind of book and use all what you hear in this world to go by that book. You are primitive. Human brain evolve. So people are here in this world now thinking they don't want to use human body the way it's being used right now. They want to use AI to do most of all those things that human body does. They want to preserve human lives. So they're using their brain to create machines that can do all these rigorous works. So that human being will use the brain to do the most difficult things. Instead of you to go and do things manually, they want the machine to do it because it's not good for your body. It's not good for human body to subject yourself to that kind of stress. So human brain is evolving. If we are thinking ahead, we are looking at what we can do to make human beings live comfortably on this earth. So you cannot be referring me to Mark chapter 8 verse, bruv. I'm not in that era. I've moved ahead. I'm not with you because I'm not thinking like people that wrote Mark chapter 8. My head is more advanced than theirs. So don't dump me down to Quran verse 6. I don't know what is written there. I don't want to know. I want my head to move ahead, my brain to be able to think faster than normal. So that is the way we are supposed to live on this earth. Even in their holy book, they said on the 7th day, God rested. Where do you think the guy is resting? Because he's expecting you to use your brain to do whatever you're supposed to do here. But Africans will shout, hey, Olongo. Why are they shouting on God? Use your brain to advance your world. Make it to be more comfortable for each and every one of us. So don't subject a woman to wake up at 4 a.m. to go and cook. Bruv. I hate to advance, Junior. That's what we are saying here. That's the discussion this morning. Any other person that wants to make any contribution before I close? Because it's time to close now. Kulata, Prince Daddy, Mike, and Adewale. I hope you guys are.
Awesome job, Jobs. No, I was gonna say I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Great, yeah, I enjoyed it also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prince Daddy, for coming. Thanks, Adewale. Thanks, Mike. Mwah, my one and only. They're always jealous of us. Don't mind them. Kulata, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys today. And the person that gave us super chat today is the chairman of the platform. That is Mr. Alexander Gomez. I thank you so much, sir, for always supporting. And I thank myself, Dupsy Baby. I'm thanking everyone for coming for our Sunday service. This is our own sermon. This is where we preach what we are supposed to do here on earth. Don't let's subject each other to something that is not comfortable to our human body. Let's be empathetic. Let's be human. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, my boss woman. I love you. Thanks so much for always giving me this great opportunity. Have a great day, everybody.